There we go. Now you should be able to hear me. It's day number 2, as I was saying, for the extended power hour version. Into the close, we're going to take you right through to 4 o'clock now and get into a whole bunch of things that are moving around since the morning. Let's have a look first off at how the markets are shaping up at 2 p.m., 2 hours to go in the day here. 0.6 for the S&P, about 0.5% for the Dow, the NASDAQ, a full percent in negative territory. You can see Brazil having a nice day there, 1.2%. Crude oil, nice bounce back day, 2.4% as well to the upside. Let's break it down a little further now. We'll go into the S&P here and see what on earth is leading. As I mentioned this morning, a lot of big names making big moves. There's PayPal, there's Tesla, 10% for Tesla, 11.5% still for PayPal to the downside. So these two groups of consumer discretionary and tech stocks making up the biggest moves in the overall market. A little bit of positivity. I saw somebody talking about Nordstrom's there, JWN, a little bit of positivity coming from the retail group. There's Gap, GPS, 3.8% to the upside. Amazon having a nice day as well when some of the travel names offsetting to the downside. MGM, Wynn, RCL. News on RCL this morning as well with their CEO. Look at the banks also, guys. The banks very weak heading into the final 2 hours of the day. Goldman Sachs, it's rare we see GS there, top of the list for the group, 1.8% to the downside for Goldman Sachs. GE all the way back to 2.4%. That was up 15% in the pre-market, so a big change over there for GE. We'll talk about that over here, IFF in the materials group. It's been an interesting day for material stocks overall. Some profit taking in that group. It's been quite the high flyer. More big names making big moves. Tesla now 10% to the downside. There's PayPal as well, 11.6% in negative territory. It is the tech stock. This is the NASDAQ, by the way, full percent to the downside, if I had not mentioned that. It is about that time. This time, if you're joining us for the first time at 2 o'clock, we're going to do a little bit of review to kick things off every single day. We'll touch on one specific trade, and then we'll get into a review of what we were talking about. If you joined us in the morning at 8:30, make sure you join us every morning pre-market at 8:30. We'll run down everything that is moving around to start off the day, and then we'll spend some time during this period to actually review that. With that being said, let's start said review. Here comes Sean.
Thank you, Brendan. Look, what an exciting day today. It was a little bit of a panic. It was a little sketchy there at the beginning of the day. As you can look here, look at the NASDAQ, man. We just went for a dip right here, all the way 16.4 basically, down to 16.2. 200-point move on the NASDAQ real early, and it was basically an uncontrolled drop. We saw Tesla absolutely tank down, but I'm going to talk about the trade of the day for me that brought me back to Greensville. We suffered a little bit through this. We've been trading Palantir today. We saw what that did off earnings. But thankfully, and we talked about this over and over again, you got to go back to names that you trust, names that you know have been strong, right? So I come right back to the biggest and the baddest here, AMD. Why do we like AMD? Look, it's all about Omniverse. It's all about Metaverse. It's about using their chips. We found out yesterday that Facebook, well, I guess formerly Facebook, now Meta, going to be using some AMD chips. Lots of companies moving towards this Metaverse, and they need to build it out. So they're going to need these, right? So here's AMD. Look, they enjoy the same kind of a fall as the market. But we didn't want to get in the way of this. We could see the pressure heading to the downside. As I said, Tesla sort of leading the way. As soon as we started to feel that there was some relief here in the market, we start to buy. So that's about a 146 buy right there on AMD. Thankfully, it rips up, and this doesn't look like much, but it's like a 50-cent win. And then the market's kept going all the way to the upside, but then it breaks, and we take out for a 50-cent loss. So we're flat on AMD. We take out half there, take out the other half. But then we let there be some bottoms. And this is what we're talking about. Shout out to Michael Noss from Trade Ideas, because we talked about this with him. And it's those wick-off bottoms. So we actually get one. It's very, very hard to see down here at 144 because I have some transactions. But that wick off bottom, actually we see that happen, and then we just mark it up, and we actually get like a 144.20 or so, okay? So we're like, all right, this is a jam. So we actually get that one, comes back to the upside, but then it comes right back down, and we basically take that exact same trade again. The good thing is we had a 44 out. So if this cracked below this, 144, then we were out. So we're taking like 50 cents or so worth of a risk, and then look what happens, man, almost instantly. And you can come back over to the NASDAQ, very similar. It's very choppy here at the bottom, but then it starts to go, right? And we're like, all right, we have this. We have AMD. And even live on the show, we talked about it, that we thought we had the bottom here and that we wanted to hold. So we sort of do our 20 to 25% out. We're not going to go half out, half out. We thought that there was a good chance for this to run, so we wanted to hold it. Needless to say, it kind of has a hard time here. So we start getting out 145, 145.50, so on and so forth, right at some of these levels. Then it takes off and we're like, hallelujah. And it just continues to go back to the upside. There's a 146.50, so that's $2.50. Then we're cruising because as you can see, the NASDAQ starts to go a little bit. It has a hard problem at VWAP, but this does not. So you can see a nice move to the upside, breaks it here. And this is minutes away. So this is 10:07. We finally start to get out here about 11:15 or so. So we hold this one for an hour. We let it go all the way back up. There's really no levels here. So what we let it do is sort of baseline out there. We're actually waiting for this 150. Didn't happen. But as it starts to break back down, we notice VWAP right there at 149, and we close our trade for a $5 winner. So look, to learn something on this, I know I have, pick the stronger names, right? If you kept buying PayPal today or Palantir today, then you're not, they continue to move to the downside on weak news, right? AMD has positive news. Are they going to follow the market? Sure they are. But we pick up the bottoms and we hit it right there. That's a trade of the day for me.
All right, let's continue along with a little bit of a look at what we were dealing with in the pre-market. No, guys, I wanted this one, if we could get that back up. There we go. We'll talk a little bit about some opportunities we discussed in the pre-market this morning with the watch list. This week brought to you by marketscreener.com. Go check out marketscreener.com, especially in Europe. Lots of great content on there for European markets. Grab the QR code there. It is absolutely free every single day because that's how we roll. GE was top of the list this morning on the watch list. When we came in this morning, this was the headline we were dealing with. There were plans to split into 3 publicly traded companies, which kind of came out of nowhere. But big move in the pre-market as a result of that headline. Took this thing all the way up to 126. It's really done nothing but come all the way back and then some. There was an opportunity. I mean, if you go out to the daily chart, I just drew a line there at 111, which is this line here, the prior high. I mean, maybe there was an opportunity. That's a long way down there to kind of be long into the open versus that 111. Gets up to about 116, but ends up, I mean, you have a clear defined out. But, I mean, overall, bit of a nothing burger for GE. Obviously, Roblox, guys, the second one here that we were talking about in the pre-market, just an absolute monster report for Roblox. I'll slide this over so we can talk a little bit about this one. Beating right across the board with earnings, 30% at one point in the pre-market. We saw what happened after that. Continues an absolute monster move. JP Morgan with an upgrade today, along with 10, count them, brokerages that came out with moves on Roblox today. So that was number 2. I mean, the trade opportunities, self-explanatory. I want to mention Tesla here, obviously, because you heard Sean talking about it there. Right out of the gate this morning, the weakness in Tesla was very, very obvious. There was just basically no bid. There was a lot of people talking about whether or not it was Elon finally selling after that weekend poll, talking about whether or not he should get rid of 10% of his stake. I'm just kind of eyeing my Hertz chart over here, guys, because we did kind of bounce a little bit off the IPO or the opening price from earlier today. But that was a pretty dramatic move to the downside. I know you guys were both involved in Hertz. What are we looking at now?
Yeah, look, it made a huge bounce off 26 even. Multiple shorts. And again, you can play this any way you want. I just favor the short in Hertz. obviously it's going to end up being right. And it did pop into 28 a couple of times. It held that level. But just before we came on air, this was right like minutes before, it broke 27 and straight down off 26 on a dime. The second it held that level, I just got out of my short. I'm looking for a 26 even break. There's no levels to work off of when something gets down here, right? Like all you can think about is these even dollars, the current low of 26, maybe that 27 for resistance that ever gets back up there, but not the greatest. It's not the greatest day to debut. I mean, obviously some of the hype was when the Tesla order, and Tesla's getting woodshedded today. So, not the best day to come in for Hertz, and you're seeing that trade action. It was a good open trade. If you did take it long off the open, you were able to make some money. But the shorts, first off 27.5 on the first failure, and then 28 still working out for you. And if it breaks 26, hey, I paid for the locates. I'm going short if it breaks 26 even. My stop order is locked and loaded.
I mean, I did something very, very similar, guys, with Hertz, but we just cashed in pretty nicely there, as I feel like every time we're on an IPO, it's kind of like you're at this carnival and you're like, yeah, I got it, or you don't got it. And so we don't have this opening print. So we didn't take it, didn't really believe in it. That's fine. I mean, hence why we went short. The only play we went all day was short. So we actually shorted 27. And then almost immediately, as soon as we shorted 27, we got out of, I don't know, 30% of the trade or something like that, as it ripped above 27. So that's only a 15-cent hit, 1.5 hit, okay? Then it comes all the way back to the down. So remember where we're short, 27. Look where we get out, 26.50. So that's 50 cents. So far we're up 35 cents. And then we're just holding out for a 28 break. We already have that high side right there. If it doesn't break 28, and then look what happens. As I'm doing the trade of the day, and Brendan was like, oh, Hertz is tanking there. So I was like, okay, good, because I have a 26 bid. And I had thought it was 26.01, but I was actually at 26.10. So we get filled there again. So 27 short, right? Out for 15-cent hit on 30%. Take that out right there for 50 cents. So we're in the money, 35 cents. Then all of a sudden it comes down and we take a smooth 90 cents on that. So now we'll hold the rest and see what happens. I actually had feelings that this might have been, I don't know. I wasn't thinking it was going to be like Avis, but at the same time, it's brand new. It's out there. If they wanted, again, I say they, but if you retail or anybody in retail wanted to run Hertz upside there, they could have done it. But I guess the thing is, maybe it's not even available yet on Webull or Robinhood or anything like that, because it was a first day move here, right? So there could be something with that. But anyways, there goes Hertz, Brendan. I'm going to hold the short. I still think we break 26.
Yeah, we're going to get to this, what is it, social or society, other IPO that was just absolutely insane, SOPA. We'll talk about that coming up here in a little bit, but teeny tiny little IPO today. It was about 20 million or so, 2.8 million share float. Absolutely nothing. Let's go to EV land, because there was more strength. There was more related strength, I guess I should say, in this group today. Luminar in the pre-market was up huge on this announcement. They partnered up with NVIDIA to come up with some technology. It's worth mentioning here, there's a bunch of companies involved in this, including that INVZ that we had on the watch list this morning as well, to come up with some self-driving technology and software. But again, this is another stock. It kind of looks exactly like GE. Huge move up on the news, and then it's done nothing but fade all day.
Look, and this is the thing. Like, it was weak all morning. And whenever you see a gap up like this, and we talked about this in the morning show, and this is one of the reasons we go over these movers, is like, it was just sell, 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 sell. It tried to catch a bit of a bid. I tried a long trade. When it finally found a bottom in the pre-market and made a break back out, I did try a long. It failed at 25 even, so it's a scalp long. And then it came in. I accidentally went short, and that's like the worst accidental trade ever, because I mean, it opened up. This is a 24 break, and I accidentally got short and got out for a couple of pennies because I didn't want the short. That would have been absolute gold. It just continued to fall. It only bid it found was at 20 even exactly. So it's still holding 20. If you like a bottom pick, I mean, I'm sitting in NVIDIA off 300 on a fail break of 300, but this one as well, I guess, giving you that $20 level if you want to take it. But sometimes you cannot ignore the price action in the pre-market. If there's nobody buying it and everyone's just profit taking, and that continues on a failure to go upside, either at the open or just before the open, both those things happen today. You just have to run to the exits. And 20 seems like a bit of a bid for it. That's a clean 250 from where it closed at 1750 yesterday. So maybe it's found a bit of a bottom. It's still up on the session, obviously, but I mean the price action's only been one way.
Yeah, I haven't looked at laser yet today, but you could see, we've already talked about AMD. I think that was related, obviously, to NVIDIA there as well. And then NVIDIA today obviously can't get going. I mean, they talked, I mean, Neil just talked about the deal right there. And NVIDIA just hasn't been the same, man. You're still negative on this stock. It's still making moves to the downside. It actually touched 300 there. And we're, am I up on NVIDIA? Well, flat on NVIDIA. So stupid. Like we took so we tried it right here at 313. The minute it breaks at 311, we got out. We talked about that live on the open show, and then we had this trade, which was great. 310.50. Look where we got out, man. 315. That was another $5 winner, and this was taken during memes and movers. We talked about that live, so make sure you watch that. As soon as we're done at 11 o'clock, it switches over to Pratt and Ms. V, and then we're back again at 2 now. So we're all day, every day, as long as there's a market open. And then there it is, man. We take that $5 and then look what happens. It comes back in, and it's funny that I'm just flat on the stock because we get out at 310 break, so we only lose 75 cents there, but it's this combination that lost us early, made it back, and then dumped it out. So we're flat on NVIDIA today. We should be up. Like, I just wish I would have taken everything out there at VWAP. And I think that's the problem, Brendan, is like when you're looking at stock, especially on a day like today when we know NVIDIA can be so strong, we're actually expecting it to make it all the way back. But on some days, man, you just have to be a seller. And I honestly feel like I put out a meme. Remember, I think you guys might remember this, but I tweeted it out before, and it was DiCaprio, and it was like, you know, Microsoft and NASDAQ, all these tech stocks down 1.5%, and everyone's panicking, ripping out their hair, right? But then crypto falls like 40%, and everyone's like, where do I buy back in, you know? And it's just, so I think sometimes you have to zoom back out, look at some of these stocks, and say to yourself, look, NVIDIA's down 1% today. This is a pullback for NVIDIA? I mean, if it is, like, wow, then, I mean, look at what NVIDIA looks like on a daily chart, guys. We were just at 200, literally, as my kids say, a month ago, you were at 200. Now you're at 300. So we're getting a pullback not even to yesterday's bottom. So sometimes I think we just need to slow our roll on these plays.
It is pen and pencil time. Let's get into some education and talk a little bit about strategies. We've had a lot of questions of late for people looking for strategies that they can start their trading careers with. So here's what we're going to discuss here, guys, coming up. Why you should keep it simple, make it structured. Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. We put 2 S's there. Make it structured. You have to have very clear, defined rules that you set your trade off of, and that way you can follow the results as well. Let's get into strategy number 1, because we're going to do a whole series on this, guys. So stand by for multiple videos on new strategies that might be, you know, new to you, but not new in general, but a good way, guys, to kick off your trading journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we say keep it simple, stupid, KISS.
Keep it simple, simply, we should have said.
I know, it's keep it simple, simply. Either way, when we say that, we really do mean it. And that means quantifiable. You want the strategy to be easily quantifiable so that you can replicate it, you can record your results, and there's no ambiguity. You know where to get in, you know where to get out. It's a little bit easier to stick to your rules. And that's why we talk about the opening range break. And there's a lot of ways to apply this. I think you can sort of look at pre-market level breaks as well in that regard. I'm going to use Virgin Galactic as an example. It was in the news because they reported earnings. It was not as bad as everyone was expecting. That's why they're up on the session. But you know, like a lot of names at the open, it did have a bit of a failure. So if you were looking at a pre-market level break to the downside, you would have gotten it at 1975, and that's fine. What I want to talk about is the opening range. Now you had this push up to about $20. Now there's one wick up here to 2020, but realistically, you have the real body up here at 20 even that ends up holding. And then you get a wipeout bottom through the pre-market low, and then a consolidation right at that same 20 level. That gives you a clear entry point. Your true opening range is at 20. It's been confirmed by consolidating. It's now 10 o'clock, and then it breaks out just after 10:10. So the opening range got put in. It tried to press lower. It rejected that break of the pre-market lows, and then consolidated with the same range. The opening range top at 20 even, and then the pre-market low as its support level, and then it breaks out clean at 20 even. Even if you took the wick high at 2025, same thing. It's a clean break. In both those cases, you can have a stop at the previous pre-market low if you like it, and then you know where to get in, you know where to get out. And that's the kind of thing that we're talking about. Has a catalyst, It's got an obvious opening range that you can play with. Once 10 o'clock hits, it's been identified. And whether you apply that to 9:45 or 10 o'clock, as long as you let it make that range, confirm it with that consolidation, and then look for the break, that's the kind of trade I like.
Yeah, I mean, I really like this. Keep it as simple as possible. And I think that, you know, I don't know. I was just looking here at Palantir today, and honestly, I'm going to use this example from yesterday because I want to give you something that's super clean and super easy to follow, okay? I think that a lot of these rules, they don't really matter too much if there's news catalysts, okay? You have to understand that we need a catalyst to trade something, but at the same time, if you follow your rules and you get the volume to go, then you know you can have a winner. And look at yesterday, Palantir, right? I'm not going to count today because we're down 9%, but heading into yesterday, you basically were trying to break out. We had earnings coming today, and so Palantir right here looking at 26.27, right? So if we look at the daybreak, we know we want to get long. I mean, look, this is just a minute chart. Nice movement here into the close, nicely upside there, 26 bucks trying to break out. So then you have this bar coding happening in the pre-market. This goes back to 7:30 all the way to 9:30. Palantir, and this is how you can tell, it's stuck in a range. It's not moving. And this is what I mean by, you know, not playing this kind of a play on earnings day where you're going to get, you know, like maybe a 10%, 15% move just alone in the pre-market. Then when you take the break, it's already up 15, 20%. So that break may or may not happen. It's still a good strategy. But look at this, Palantir bar coding, and then you get this 26.30 break. I remember this clear as day. It was actually on our sticky note. That's how easy it was. So we had that break right there. It takes it out right away off the open. It actually dips down a little bit. I mean, to take it to a little bit more advanced level, you get this dip down into a pre-market bottom and it holds. So not only do we have 26 as an out, but we also have this 26.30. So down, hold the bottom, take out the top, and giddy up to the upside. Look, you take this 26.30 long, guys, your upside is literally $1 more than that. I mean, a little bit less than $1 as we break through 27 and go to 27.11. But your downside risk is only 30 cents or the bottom of this candle. So about a 20 cents worth of risk for an upside break there. This is the opening range break on Palantir. And I think you can use that on many stocks.
And the key here, obviously, guys, is we have to have defined rules, as we said, have a defined time frame, and go do your homework. Make sure you're back testing. Make sure you're coming up with those defined rules, and then follow those forward into forward testing before you obviously take it live. But a very simple strategy that you can put to work almost instantly with a little bit of homework. That was the opening break strategy, guys. Let's continue along now, shall we, with some opportunities that might still present themselves on this day. I wanted to discuss this SOPA, Society Pass. Here we were, so focused on Hertz coming back to the market in a re-IPO today, but Society Pass ends up being just an absolute crazy stock. I want to point out this number first, 2.88889 million shares coming to market at $9 a piece. So yeah, this is tiny, 26 million notional value, but this thing ends up being just an absolute crazy stock, guys.
So Hertz broke that 26. There was no fills. If you were long, you better have in front of 26. I hope you had a very, very deep stop order. There was no way you could get that short. So, I didn't get it anyways. This SOPA, and I said this when we were on Memes and Movers, and I came in a couple of times, and Trader Prad was watching it. This is the kind of thing that a lot of people can sit out. It couldn't stay open for more than a minute or two. There were shortable shares for us to be able to pay. It was like 55 cents a share, which, considering the price action, was pretty reasonable. I essentially waited for down halts, get in, took half out for like a $5 winner, and this is me getting the rest of it out here. It actually wouldn't flush. So, not even getting any better than the initial reopen at 25, and then it started going to the upside. Like the second time I took the down halt, that ended up being a loser. It's now finally found price action that makes some sense after it broke the high, halted up, halted down, and on this reopen, I actually played this range when it looked like it was going to halt in both directions, and I was able to get it both ways. And suddenly, it's managing to stay open. So it's, at this point, done 2 million shares, less than 2 million shares actually, 1.8 million, which is tiny. When it had halted 2 or 3 times, it was still in the hundreds of thousands. And when you see that, and when it can't open for more than a minute, I think for a lot of people, unless you have direct market access and you can take these opening trades here, it's just not going to be worth it for you. And if you get yourself into a long here, take your profit and run after 1-2 halts. I know it goes, it goes from $9 issue price to opening up at $15.50 and eventually gets to 44 for a triple up. But I don't think anybody should be upset if they got in at 15 and sold at 26. As far as I'm concerned, that's a great trade. This thing could fall at some point and be right back down to $9. In fact, a lot of times it's exactly what does happen. So tread lightly. I don't expect myself to trade it at the close today because, quite frankly, I'm just happy to be up when you have one of these bad boys and the halt trade is gone unless it maybe breaks out again. So I'm going to walk away. Thankfully positive on this one. It's been crazy. There's no need to jump into those. I think the IPOs that have more volume are a little safer for everybody to trade, like Hertz today, and of course tomorrow with Rivian.
Yeah, super excited for Rivian. We'll be taking that opening print. Hyundai P on that one. Hertz is $1.25 in the money. We're loving life right now on that one. I still think we go lower. I'm going to hold this all day. I still have a 28. I mean, I'm going to get out 28 if it breaks, but whatever, we're $1.25. I mean, we've had multiple dollar winners today. I mean, I love when the market does this, man. I mean, this is part of why we're here, looking for stocks that are moving, making the big plays like that on SOPA and so on and so SOPA forth. Okay, so right now, let's go over to Aurora Cannabis. We know that they're reporting tomorrow, so we'll go because Batman is looking at this name. A nice move to the upside right here. I have no idea why we took off. Obviously, it's in anticipation for earnings. We'll see what they're going to say. I mean, I wonder if there's going to be some sort of a guide forward or something there based on, some of the recent political talk and whatnot that's out there. I still see today CGC is up nicely today and Tilray's the other way to the downside, TLRY. But right now, ACB, I'm debating. I mean, it's going to look whatever, a 20-minute chart doesn't really give us that much other than those bottoms that could have been had today around 640, 660 there. But, we do have this high area here, 790. Like we were just here not too long ago. Let me see the date exactly, the 21st, 22nd. So we do have an opportunity to get up here on earnings. I think we probably do that if they do beat. So for me, I'm going to take a 750 break. You can see right here, we held up 750 back on these days. We held it there before bringing it back down. We held it there before going back to the upside. So I'm going to take a shot here. We're going to go a little long on 750. It's not going to be a big position. I don't love the cannabis space right now, obviously. I was trying to find a daily chart here. Let me just find one that looks like it's going all the way to the downside, and then we'll find out. Is that a daily chart? Yeah, here it is right here. So we'll look at this, and you can see, ACB, we don't have it from adjusted, but, it's been a nightmare. This stock has been absolutely destroyed over and over again. Here, let me get it to you on e-signal so you guys can maybe see a little bit more. Whoops. If I can bring this down just to show you guys how destroyed this has been. It's been a nice little bottom here from the bottom, $6, $7. But this was just 14, 15. You have all the way up here, 19, 20. We've been all the way down to 4, and it's just kind of barcoding right now. So Aurora Cannabis looking to break out through $8. If this breaks $8 right there, then we're off. And I think there's a possibility for that tomorrow. So let's see what they say. I mean, if one thing is, unfortunately, the pandemic has stuck a lot of people at home. Now, I'm not saying that, there's more people smoking marijuana now, but from everything that we've heard, Tilray's come out and said that. They beat on sales. CGC, the same thing. So let's see what happens. Profitability hasn't been there for these names, but, I think that there's a chance here. So we're going to go long through 750 on this one. Hertz still making moves to the downside. And, of course, we talked about this already, but PayPal, this is still from the morning, guys. I'm trying to hold strong on this. We're up on PayPal today, actually. Well, no, we're down on PayPal. We got to get out, so we have an unrealized position here. But we've been down on this name. We took a couple lumps here, but we're just waiting on this trade right now. So if we can break through VWAP, which is kind of what I'm waiting for, I'm either going to say, this either goes back up here, not 211, 210, although I don't think that that's out of character for this name. But I think we definitely come up to view up. I don't have any offers out right now, and I'm thinking that this holds 200 today. So we'll see if PayPal keeps going upside. My targets realistically, now that we zoom in, just because a lot of you are probably on this, there's 205, right? So 205 would be pretty sweet. But if you come back in here and you see some of these struggles, this is like where you're in 208, something like that around here. I think we can get PayPal. So it started the day off nasty and just kept on falling. So 208, 210, something like that on PayPal is my target area.
Yeah, this cannabis story continues to impress. The past couple of days, strength continues. The regulatory aspect and law aspect in the U.S. Seems to be sticking around. So pretty interesting couple of days here for weed stocks. I want to mention a couple of things here. Allied Esports, they have this studio. So Allied Esports just popped up, AESE. It's up 8%, doing some volume. So they're going to live stream the first ever Uno championship. I'm not sure how big of a deal that is, but I remember Uno from way back when I was a kid. But now there's a live stream of the championship. I want to talk about Roblox here, guys, because we gotta find some opportunities heading into the close, and also Fisker was another one that gave us opportunities this morning.
Your timing is fantastic, Brendan. There's 100,000 on the offer at 105.25 in Roblox right now. I just shorted in front of it, so ignore all that nonsense. It's a crazy, crazy move. 100,000 on a stock like this, like the level 2. Like people put in 100 shares, like 100,000 is a legitimate order. If it takes that out, there's a 105.75 top on Roblox, and right now that order seems like it's legit. If it does get taken out, I do expect it's going to break the high. That's a 105.75 print. I had a fail break earlier on at a 105. Otherwise, it's been all gold on Roblox. So they're right there on the offer. They have not budged. It might get chewed up. If it breaks that, I want to cover. I'm short at 105. Going to risk about 30 to 40 cents depending on slippage. But if it does fail to get through this, you should see it drop at least a buck, I think, on a scalp trade. And if it takes out the high, I mean, Bob's your uncle. We talked about this morning. If 105 got taken out, like that high from the daily, that 110 would come into play. We're still waiting on that type of a move, but this seller seems like it's legit. They just got hit for 8,000 shares, and they're still there. So I guess they want to sell them, and they're sitting on the offer. And I'll take the scalp trade if I can. I'm going to have bids on the way to 104, and then see how far it goes.
All right, and so yesterday, guys, at about this time yesterday, here's the tweet. Look, 1:44 p.m. Here's me tweeting. This is me. Hey, what's up? In Roblox here, check the price. $77.50 we bought yesterday on Roblox, guys. So that was a good trade here. And you know what? We've been talking about that. We took it in yesterday. We've loved this name. We've talked about it for a long time. My kid has only bought two symbols ever. He's 9 years old. He's bought Microsoft on Discord rumor, which didn't happen. And then he also bought Roblox, 67, 70 bucks, something like that. So super happy. We'll take him out to Chuck E. Cheese or something to celebrate that one. But we put some real plays on yesterday on Roblox. And then even here this morning, man, these are all buys. Buy. Unfortunately, one of our buys did get double ticked out. Not double ticked, but got ticked out there at 96. Only one tick there before it made a very crazy bottom. We talked about the NASDAQ. You saw during the trade of the day that just kind of fell apart there, the NASDAQ. So obviously this continues to make a move to the downside there. But then we were like, no, I don't believe in this. We already have some outs, so we started buy. And then there it is right there, like 97.50. First leg out 99, so that's $1.50. Second leg out 102.25. So there's another $5 winner. Have we missed the complete upside on Roblox? Yes, we have. But what a great movement on that name as it just continues to keep ticking higher. But like Neil just mentioned there, that 105 looks like a decent top there. But right now we're 25.
The stock's been a scalper's dream.
It's been amazing. PayPal upside right now. We're $1.50 in the money on that one. Palantir's been a disaster, but to be honest with you, we doubled. I mean, we were here. You guys were here when I said we doubled up our position and saved us, man. We got out like crazy right there. We got out like crazy. Like we were able to be really, really lucky, honestly, that we were able to get out on some of these bump ups, right? And we just took another piece out right there at this levels too. So that's 45. So I'm going to wait for this to break 24.60 and we'll watch on Palantir. Hertz. What are you trying to do here, Hertz, man? Hertz is coming back now just a little bit. It made a bottom at 25.50, and now it's trying to go some levels. So I guess maybe, you know what? We're short 27. Let's not get like too carried away here. If it breaks this level, 26.50, we'll be out. So let's go one more time there, Hertz. 26.50, we'll get out of that one if it does break it. I don't think it will, but we'll test it. We'll try one more time. We'll short in here, 26.20 or so, just in case we get that bump up, and then we'll be flat on this through 26.50. So that's going to be a trade I'm going to work on right now. Hertz short on a 26 break, somewhere in here though, and not going to be 26.05 or anything. It's going to have to be in here somewhere. So 26, let's go 26.25 to add to this Hertz trade, guys.
One of the busiest days as far as news for as long as any of us can kind of remember. We'll talk about Smile Direct here a little bit. I mean, it ends up being a bit of a nothing burger, really. I mean, we get below 4 initially off the bat, but we're right back to, hey, guess what? 420. Anyone? 20% to the downside today after, I mean, is this getting to a point, guys, where it's just, not even tradable anymore for SDC?
Honestly, if you're scalping it is just like taking spread and tiny trades, I thought this would be a bigger mover and smell direct. I don't know. It's been a boring one. And there was an opportunity, I think, to maybe catch a bottom here as a long, but I was never thinking about it. So, you know, I tried a long, I tried a short, and either one of them worked, and I went away from it. It's catching a bid, so I guess there's a bit of a breakout happening. But, I mean, it's back to that 420, as you said, so it's a fail break. Just an update on Roblox. That offer ticked it down. Of course, there it is, that 420 look. It's ticked down to 105.10. So that offer went from 105.25, and I guess in an attempt to get a fill, they're down to 105.10, and it's still managing to hold right here. I think this order is going to get filled. I think it's a long. If it breaks that high of the day, the only reason I don't love the long right here if it breaks this level is you still have to break the high at 105.75, so that could be a bit of a fail break. Avis, by the way, for those of you, people saying in the chat, Avis in spitting distance of 250. So that has come down heavily, down 13% now. I kind of missed out on that one. That was an unbelievable short. I mean, lots of things have fallen today, but Avis probably should have been low-hanging fruit in a weak market, I guess.
Like a rock. Yeah, and that was sort of what I was thinking about with Hertz here. As Hertz coming right back to the downside, I guess we should have got short at 26, like we mentioned there. But I thought there was, to be honest with you, Neil, I thought there was some potential for Hertz to go today, like in Avis, just because, really. I mean, I know that's not a reason, but that's sort of what I thought it was going to do today, and it didn't do that. So we're wrong on that one, but we're definitely right on this short, and we'll just continue to hold it and see where we go. But right now, Hertz making some moves at the downside, and I'm thinking about, honestly, just holding this thing. If we can hold Hertz, we'll be pretty happy with that downside. If we can get some more shorts, we will do it right now. Did NVIDIA make its way back? Yeah, so it did make its way back. It briefly cracked 300 there, and now it's coming back in. I'm looking at this level as well on NVIDIA. I don't think you should be able to keep this name down all day here. So 307 break, I like it. 306.50 to be exact on NVIDIA. That's I'm taking that trade. So 306.50 break on NVIDIA.
I hope it happens.
We're gonna take. Me too. Well, are you long right now?
Yeah. So by the way, guys, on the 300 and NVIDIA, I should say this because I was long off the 301, scalped some out, and then took a 300 trade. It broke. And it was a textbook fail break. It breaks 300, gets to 299. Oh, there's the break. There's that break of that order on Roblox. I mean, I might take a, you know what, I'm going to wait for the high of the day. I think it's fugazi unless it breaks the high. That NVIDIA was a textbook break. It got to 299.61 and then came right back. And the second it retook 300, it's like, just get back into the trade. That's a failed break. Scalps them out and then just trying to hold it. I'm not even looking VWAP, right? Because, I mean, ultimately, it's been so weak. If it gets to positive on the day, that's at 308. So I'm looking right at that 308 mark. So if we can get to the greenish level, I'm going to get flat. If it fails shy of it, I'll probably cover as well. Got to be flat at the end of the day, but there's plenty of time left in the session for this to still go. And look, I mean, some of the selling, I know people have talked about it in the chat, and it's true, that Aunt Kathy getting out of NVIDIA, selling some PayPal. I don't think it was all of it. And definitely that's going to contribute to some of this move to the downside that you're seeing here today. But found a nice wipeout bottom there at 300, and hopefully you can get back through that 06, get to 08, which would be green on the session, 08, 04 technically.
Big levels coming into play here for AMC, everyone's favorite movie chain operator, back in the middle of its range, I guess we should say. These were a couple of headlines that kind of caught attention today. Yeah. AMC's boss saying Shiba Inu is next on the hit parade for AMC. Yeah, Q3, I mean, it was okay, I guess, for AMC guys, but as I said, we're down 11% here, but back to 40, which is kind of stuck in the middle for AMC.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, I would just hit a siren alert here because I wish these were going off in my brain when it came down here. And unfortunately, we didn't have an order sitting here, but we've been talking days after day. I mean, some of my best trades over the last week or two have been AMC longs, man. And you guys know that. You've been watching me here on the show, and I'm just surprised that I'm not in one again here today. Missed opportunity, man, for sure to the downside. It came right in to this 39.50 that we absolutely love. I mean, it could come again, so that's what we're going to wait for. But this 39.50.
Roblox
has just been, yeah, man. I mean, I love Roblox. What's it doing now? 107. I mean, let's go, man. Spin the money. Long-term account, everything right now. We'll keep going on that one as that just keeps on going to the upside, man. We are now like, what I said, $40 in the money on just from one day there on Roblox. So that's still working. A nice move to the upside there. But what we were talking about was AMC. I still think you can defend this level, even though you are down that 11%. It had a monster run the last couple of days. So it's kind of like this 11% is not, I mean, it's serious because people are buying up here and expecting for big big report, right? And they didn't get it. So, you know, it's a little bit disheartening for AMC shareholders, but I still think that we have this bottom at 39.50. So definitely worth a little bit of a move there. That's 40.11. I don't know if you reversed to the long there on Roblox, Neil, but I know that you've been scalping.
Look, I talked about not reversing when that order broke. I mean, this was me getting out. So that guy trailed down, which means I don't lose money when it broke that order because it's essentially a flat trade. And then I waited for the high of the day to go, taking out that 105.75. Let me a little skittish because I did lose on my loss in the day. My only loss was when it failed that break at 105 earlier. So I wanted to make sure it followed through. So I just grabbed 105. Ended up with 95 because I took a 106 break as well. So I got the high of the day, 105.75. I then took the even dollar break. So you'll see my average price at 95 here. I've already scalped some out at 106.50, and I'll probably take it all out in front of 110. Like I talked about that 110 level this morning, and if we get there, fantastic. For now, that guy, I mean, someone sold 100,000 shares. I'm going to assume that was probably profit taking. They were confident they'd get it. Good for them. They got the entire fill. If it was a short, Godspeed.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what the hell? Oh man, this sucks. No, it's just we talked about ACB breaking. Yeah. It breaks and we miss it. That's annoying. But then I got filled on the way back down. I thought I got filled on the way back up, or on the way up. We missed that breakthrough. So. Oh, that sucks because, oh man, it's funny because I didn't even notice this. I put my orders at 55 and at 60. So we would have gotten those as winners, but I just didn't realize that failed there. So, okay, so it failed, and now it's coming back in. This trade does not look as nice as I thought it would when it did first happen there. I thought we had gotten this break, but we didn't. We got it on the way back in. So, yeah, we're smoking right now, but not the good stuff as you're back down here to 745. This one, honestly, man, if we break below here, 740, just like I'm looking for 10 cents on the way up, we'll have to wait for 10 cents on the way back in. So we're going to average into this at 45 if we can get it. What's up, Brendo?
Might just be the random SPAC of the day, but we were talking about Clover. That's interesting. Chamath SPAC just popping up here. IPOF, 2% here on heavy volume. So just checking on that. Nothing yet, but heads up on IPOF. Was also going to mention this, guys. There was just an update for Rivian. Tomorrow, obviously, RIVN will be the ticker on the NASDAQ. They've obviously increased the target range. So this was going back to yesterday, 72 to 74 was the target range and 135 million shares. They've upped that already. It will price officially after market tonight. I heard on Memes and Movers with Pratt and Miss V, they were discussing some halt possibilities, but 135 million shares, guys, like that's tons of liquidity.
You know what, though? I mean, I think they were right in saying that like it could still halt to the upside because any time there's enough demand for something, it could always just move so far, so fast up, like even Coinbase, right? Like it could happen. I don't think it's going to because liquidity is just, it's rare. Like these tiny ones halt, like whatever the name, I don't even know the name of that ridiculous one today, to be honest with you guys. It's SOPA as far as I'm concerned, but you don't get very many of those. And when you have a big one like Rivian, I expect it to be a safer trade. That's why we're going to be involved in it. It's good to catch that update, but I think the plan is going to stay the same for me. The only thing that I'll do is I don't plan on going short, but I always pay for the short. And that's just, if you're trading in Day Trade the World, all of our sell orders are specifically coded sell if you're in a long or short sell if you don't have a position. And that means if you're in a long and you don't have, if you don't have shortable shares and you're in a long position for us, and you have a take profit out, you then can't put another order in and sell your position without canceling that order. So the flexibility of when it's moving fast, I always want to make sure I have the shorts so I can have take profits out and then cover my trade with a stop if I need to and not have to worry about getting a rejection. That's just a Day Trade the World thing, so I pay for it regardless. I don't plan on going short. Roblox is trying to take out the high again, and it's not the only thing taking out the high. The trade desk, thank you guys in the chat for pointing this one out. The trade desk, which gave that 90 break. You guys remember 90 yesterday. So I missed this one. Like I did really want this trade. I had a stop order out. I just didn't get the fill at the open to the long side. It's now taking out a high of the day. 100 seems like it's going to be in play at some point. Maybe not today because this is on dwindling volume. It just took out the high and went all of 10 cents. So I'm not sure we're going to get 100 today on the trade desk, but it does feel inevitable. So let's watch that 100. Maybe it picks up. There's still an hour to go in the session. Maybe after 3 o'clock this gets going and you can get a breakout into that kind of a level. Otherwise, we're waiting for tomorrow. But another monster day, like up 10% in this market on this day for for a tech company. That's fantastic for the trade desk. So it's managing to hold those highs. I like this. I like the chance that it's going to get to that 100 level. You just would rather see some actual volume. Like this is breaking the high, doing nothing. When Roblox breaks the high, it's still in the NASDAQ, Neil. When Roblox breaks the high, it's actually putting in decent relative volume. Like volume picked up here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Like, yeah, volume does pick up and is maintaining going into this close. So a little bit better of a breakout action, Brendo.
Just to update that IPOF, a couple of people talking about this, but guys, it's amazing to me how nobody looks at dates. Look at the date on this. September 28th, 2021. This is not the first time that this rumor has come circulating around, but they're talking Discord and IPOF on Twitter, guys, for Chamath's SPAC.
Oh, Discord? Okay, well that needs to be a buy. Discord's going to be monstrous.
Oh, that's okay.
It's September 28th.
So it's an old.
It's an old story.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Got it. But I think the SPAC that gets Discord, I'm buying that one. We talked about it. Brad talked about BarkBox. That's been a disaster. They're going to report tonight as well. That was a horrible SPAC, and so was PaySafe. So, I mean, I'm basically 0 for 2 there, but I do have Fisker. I don't think I was in that one as a SPAC, and
the early ones did well.
Nikola did well, but I can't remember. I just, it's been so long for some of these names there that, it's like a whatever thing at this point. But, okay, so we did get filled on Hertz there just to talk about that 2620, right, where we said we would be on that fill. I don't mind getting out here. I got that fill. It broke down through 26. It stopped at 2590 there and then came back up. So, yeah, we were not really, to be honest with you, we weren't expecting that to stop there. I sort of thought it was going to keep going. I was like, yeah, we got this thing. But again, if we break above here, we'll be out. We are now short Hertz 2660. So even if we get out at 50, pay a little bit of slippage up there, we should still have a very, very profitable trade on Hertz today, which has already happened. So we took a buck and change right there. Now we'll wait to see what comes down to the downside. I am bidding 2605 for one of these. So it's like take 55 cents. We should be able to do that on that name there.
This is so random.
Ford is still moving up. Well, what did someone say now?
Someone's asking, they're like, how tall are you, Neil? People were asking how tall Brad was in the show. I guess maybe if it's the same people. I'm not 6'8". I'm not 6 feet. I'm like 5'10".
8.
But I was a shooting guard in high school. I just pointed it out in the chat because I had absolutely no handles, which Sean knows. I could shoot, I could play D, but I had absolutely no handle. But I'll tell you this much, and this is only to toot my own horn because I just mentioned that I'm under 6 foot. I was in our dunk off in my senior year because, yeah, I could legit dunk. Believe it. I can't now, by the way. That should be obvious.
That was a real basketball or volleyballs? I know some people.
Real basketball.
Yeah. Because who was it? One of our friends, I think, was doing volleyballs there, and that was.
Yeah, but he's 5'7".
That shit.
So I'm not even. Dude is 5. He's 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah.
You can dunk a volleyball all you want if you're Spud Webb's height. I'm not even hating on
Spud Webb is winning slam dunk contests.
Oh, Spud was.
By the way,
goodness.
FYI on that one.
Yeah.
But there it goes, guys. All right, so yeah. All right, let's just move on there. Yeah, so we like Spud Webb. Big Spud Webb fan. Pfizer asks FDA to amend booster eligibility for all adults. Okay, so I guess the booster is going to be, they're asking the FDA. I assume the FDA will say okay to that. But, that's just a matter of time. I don't know. I guess I have to look at the stats. I don't know. But they're going to have to eventually sell a hell of a lot of boosters here. I think Pfizer, honestly, it's been a great stock. If anybody was able to buy it, we talked about buying Nike, buying Nucor, I was talking to Lucas about this the other day here. You get stock that come in, like big stock that we like. Unfortunately, PayPal's still going down, but big stocks that we like come in from here, like 50 down to 40, and then you go back and you see this area right down here, and then you make a move back to the upside. So, Pfizer right now, I just think it's a little bit overextended. There's the 50-period moving average. We've already had these dips. I like Pfizer. If you're going to put something in your portfolio, you get a dividend. There's reasons they have. I know they're coming off. Some of their patents are coming up now, but they do have a decent pipeline. Not the greatest. I prefer Eli Lilly right now, but Pfizer, a nice move to the upside. I just think it's maybe overdone right now. When you're talking about that news that just hit, 3 minutes ago. There's the uptick for it. Yeah, no. So I think if we could short into this 47.80, that might be a play. What's going on with ACB? We didn't get our bid there. We didn't get it at 45. I mean, make sure I'm still bidding 45. I haven't lost my mind. We are bidding. So we miss it. That's fine. We have to wait in line, right? How this works, if this is your first time looking at like a live level 2 or anything like that, and you're like, you know, what are these things? Every single number on here is by 10. So that's really 2,000 shares and so on and so forth. And there's all different gateways. So you can get, you know, there's ARCA, there's BATS, there's NASDAQ, there's IEX. There's a bunch of different quotes there. So you can figure out, I have ARCA and ARCA book. I shouldn't really have them both there because it's confusing. But anyways, I'll take one off. As it goes, those are the bids and offers there, and then you have to wait in line. So like if you join this BATS, there's 1,800 shares in front of you, now 1,700. So what happens is when it comes down to these levels, you know, you really got to get lucky to get some fills sometimes. So if you're not on the gateway that prints, then you'll miss it. And unfortunately, I mean, I was on a gateway where I have to pay for the fill. So I did that on purpose. Obviously, you jump ahead of the line if you're willing to pay for it. So that's another thing there. And you don't technically jump ahead of the line, but there are different options. Just like you guys, with your different accounts, you can select to add or remove liquidity, things like that. So I'm choosing to add liquidity, but on a paid gateway. So hopefully I get smacked first, and then, you know, it might not matter, but on a $7 stock, I mean, sometimes you want to get that penny. So you want to make sure that you do get that fill. So that's what I'm doing there, down to 745. If that comes in, then we will average into that trade. It looks like, man, I mean, Hertz is right back to where we shorted it. The best out we could have got looks like 07. We could have got O's, but we didn't want that. So it came down to 93. Now it looks like we're getting close to getting ticked out. So if it takes out 26.50, we'll be gone. I mean, I could just get out right now for 30 cents. Maybe we'll do that on part of it.
Yeah, I'm just watching a trade desk continue to make a bit of a run here to the upside. Again, I didn't take the break because the volume wasn't there, but it looks like it is trending towards 100. I mean, if it gets there without really picking up, I kind of think I might be fading that 100 level. I'm still going to be in that Roblox trade. It's still above 106, but you're not really getting a ton of follow through on Roblox. It did get up to, it's still in the New York, Neil, I guess. That's, you know, that's crazy.
Yeah, doesn't change intraday.
It did get up to 107 and broke 107, so I took another leg out. When it failed, broke 107 even. I'm going to sit in front of 109 just in case we get it. But at some point, if this doesn't go, I'm just going to put a trail on it, you know, below like 105.75, which was that previous high of the day. And it gets below that by like 15 cents or so, call it like 60s. I'm just going to get out. Don't want to turn the last of it into a loser, but it's still running, by the way. So it's still getting off its schneid to the upside. Someone asked, what about Virgin Galactic?
Look at Roblox.
We just talked about the breakout trade. I mean, we were talking a little bit earlier about opening range breaks. That made one of those today. No obvious level, you know, here on Virgin Galactic, but it's a pretty good sign. It was an earnings surprise for them. So as much as I was negative on them, thinking it was going to flush, finally break 18, giving it a long-term entry point, looks like it's going the other way. If it can consolidate right here, make a break at the 50 period, that'd be a momentum move up, and that's another decent way to get in. It's not always about catching the bottom. Sometimes you have to be able to play it to upside. I still have a few shares. This was a couple of swing trades that, you know, I wanted to hold long-term position in, and I am holding some, although I'd like to add more for the long term. I just want to be patient with it. I think they're so far away that you don't have to worry about missing out on a move with this one. Like, you're just essentially waiting a couple of years anyways. I want to get, I mean, I'm actually still in Naked Brands, by the way, and I actually can't say it without chuckling because they got their new EV game, because I guess they're a SPAC now. It's just basically been falling all day long. I will have to cover that by the end of the day, but it's essentially, I'm short at 86, it's down there at 74, 75, and it continues to flush.
All right, so I just got to cancel this order here because I actually just got to make sure I don't get overfilled. I actually put on a bigger position now on Hertz. So now that we're getting closer and closer to 50, you can see where my average price lies here, and it's not good. It's 30. So I put on a bigger position there. This is all on purpose because I don't have much more room here. I mean, if we break through 50, see you later, and we'll be out, and we'll lose 20 cents. So be it. Sorry, I just chugged some water there. Yeah, and we'll lose on that 26.50. I just hope my order, I think there's enough liquidity here. As you can see, there are some stacked offers a little bit. That's not why I went short. I figure like it should have shot up here already, that's all. And so we'll see what Hertz wants to do. We got to trade this like a normal stock. I mean, even though it's obviously news related, it's birthday again on the NASDAQ. Although before I think it might have been NYSE. But Hertz, because I remember that opening trade. Remember when Carl Icahn got flat at about, what was it, sub $1, I think, when it reopened there from halting. But we'll wait to see right now. 2651 or so. Nice movement for Hertz. So, I mean, it's 2650. If we get out, that's where we're going to get out. So hopefully we cross up. We crossed up quite a large amount. So we actually crossed up to 80, I believe. So we definitely will get out there. I just have a decent position, so I don't want to miss the punch. Like Neil had that example there on Tesla today, where if you miss that punch, you were dead in the water.
Oh my God!
On that morning break, and
my God!
You want to talk about oh my God? Like what the heck is going on with Roblox? I mean, 107.50 right now for Roblox. That is just marching, man.
It's going to
40%. Wow. We're up today, 40%. So I may just get out, man. I mean, we've made a lot of money in one day on this name. So I don't know. It's already near all-time, I mean, past all-time highs. Just took that out at 104. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with life right now, including Roblox. As yeah, I guess my kids can now play this pretty much for the rest of their lives, and I don't even have to blink an eye on that $15 a month. But that's what Roblox is doing. They got my money, but now I got theirs.
So like Sean was saying about like make sure your stop hits. It's an aggressive order on Hertz, and you just want to make sure you get it. Like on the way down, I took along in front of 1,100 on Tesla. And when 1,100 broke, if I miss that stop, I'm shut down and not trading for the rest of the day. We have daily stop limits at Day Trade the World here, and I would have hit mine. I mean, well, okay, like it's possible maybe on some like lark that I could have been fast enough on the keys and punched out manually, but it would have been in risk of actually getting like dead stops. If I'm sitting there like a deer in headlights without a stop, have a stop in place, be willing to take it. I got stopped out twice in the long in Tesla. I did catch a bit of a bottom, and then it couldn't break 1,100, and you're still down at some of these lows, guys. So when we talk about aggressive orders to make sure you get the fill, that's what we mean. I see you, trader formerly known as Druid. I'm not, like, I understand what you're saying about the trade desk stalling out here. And I know it's sort of barcoding at 98. It's not really much momentum on this breakout, the same way Roblox is, but I'm being patient with it. There's over an hour left in the session here that even if it were to fail, the way it's going here on volume, it's a decent chance it gives you a lower consolidation, even if it pulls back. So if it fails 98, decent chance you can catch like consolidation 97.50 with a stop high a day, and then if that breaks, you're playing off 100 anyways. So there's a couple of ways you can play this. I'm going to wait for 100, otherwise wait for a pullback. I don't need to jump into this trade and just sort of sit in it the same way we're sitting in a couple others like Naked Brands there. This NVIDIA, I still think there's time for it to go. I like the fact that it's holding this higher low at 303.5, 304 or so. At some point, it's going to need to get going and actually make this breakout. Just to give an idea what's going on with NVIDIA in the overall market, you know, the NASDAQ is trying to hold this 1615, and we're bouncing above it. I don't think we're going to be able to have the breakout unless the NASDAQ starts pressing a little bit higher here, gets to like a 0.5% down. Still within range of doing so, but there's still a lot of names that are dragging it to the downside that can't get off the bottom. You know, NVIDIA is one of them. I mean, Tesla's having some trouble for the S&P over there, but you know, it was a crazy flush. It was a clean 300 break. I'm going to have to take profit at some point. I don't plan on being in NVIDIA or any of these names that went ballistic by the time 350 comes out, because I feel like you could see some interesting imbalances today.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of names reporting here. A lot of people need to get in and out of shares. Yeah, I'm down with that. We'll wait on it. So ACB, again, we were waiting at 55, man. I told you the plan. I mean, when we had it down here, I thought we were going to get 55 here and then 60. So we sit at 55 again and wait for that. But unfortunately, this marijuana stock is already, I guess, maybe a little bit buzzed because it's not moving around right now. It's couch locked, if you guys know what that means. So couch lock right now for ACB. We hope that it gets going a little bit. We'll take some out at 55, then out at 60. So wake up, Aurora, and let's see if that can come back in right there for us. Someone said, they got my money, but now I got theirs. Yeah, that's true, Jake. So right now, PayPal, am I swinging PayPal? Yeah, good luck with that, Neil. As Neil's screen is now off. Mr. Rob Milne, please come to Neil. Okay, so you can see right now PayPal. I am going to swing this if I can, but I am not sure if I can. So we can't hold overnight. So I would swing it. But remember, I'm not a buyer of PayPal until 3 times. So we got to wait 3 days. So today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evening. We'll look at PayPal, and I'll try to buy some then if we have to. Wow, Roblox 108 still going. Okay, Hertz came back down right there, man. It just came back in. Hertz came to 2630 there and put us back. So here it comes. I like this trade. I don't know if you guys are in this with me, but I think we could short Hertz right now, and we're just finishing up our review hour. So I kind of feel like, sorry, Brendan, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but I feel like Hertz should be able to be shorted right now, and that's what we're in. So we're in Hertz. Let's see if we retest 26. I'll throw it back to you, Brendo.
An article here, guys. This story seems to be continuing a little bit. Give me a second. I'll pull this over. Here we go. So this is a job posting on Discord, and somebody has conveniently highlighted the key line here on Twitter. Knowledge of U.S. GAAP and SEC regulations, as well as related authoritative literature governing financial reporting for public companies. So that's the job posting. Director of External Reporting and Technical Accounting, and they're talking about public companies and the reporting and knowledge of public companies. I mean, look, it's pure speculation, obviously. This is not the first time this has happened for IPOF, but there is a job posting, guys. So again, we're kind of building a story here.
All right. Yeah, I mean, we can have a look quickly at IPOF, and I think, like Brendan just said there, it's hard to, figure out these things because nowadays I'm so skeptical, sketchy, I think that's right, of some of these posts and whatnot that happen because I feel like they can always get doctored. I mean, you guys know that. It's pretty easy to do that stuff right now, but yeah, nice move. I think if they get Discord, I really do think it's pretty huge, man. So I'm excited for it, but, like you said, we've seen this all before. We already ripped up here to 17. This is what happens, man. I know, Brendan, what was it? Open Door was IPOD, and there was also IPOE as well. So F looks like, and the thing is, man, they expire, right? So I don't know when these expire, but they have to find deals by a certain date. So if IPOE and IPOD are already done, like, I don't know. We'll see what happens with IPOF. I think it's a good spot here. I'd rather take it once we know, but if you want to take a risk, man, I mean, that job posting is there, and it seems to be a solid one. So we'll wait to see where we go from there on IPOF. For me, it's a little bit of a pass. Tesla's still down that 10%. We can have a quick look at it. I haven't traded it today. We've just been busy doing other things. Yesterday, we loved the 1140 level. Come on, Tesla, let's load up. And look at this, man, a big move to the downside there off the weekend. Some pretty... I don't know. I think Elon was a little offside on some of his tweets and things like that. And then he talked about, selling his shares and, so it's just been so ramped up here, Tesla, that a day to come back in makes sense here. I didn't think we'd ever see a 10% on something that's, a stock like this. But I mean, when it goes up 10%, we have no problem understanding that, right? So a pullback in here. I mean, and even if we end the day on its lows, all we're sort of doing is going back to where it was on October 27th. So it's given back the last 2 weeks of this bull run, which sucks. Don't get me wrong. I didn't take anything out at the top. I'm probably never going to take anything on Tesla. We've already talked about that as well. But today, I mean, this was a very, very dramatic dive here from 1180 all the way down to 1030. Like people getting liquidated here for sure on some of these wicks to the downside. So that's a very, very violent $150 move down. And then it tried to make it back. It made back about 80 of that back, and then it just faded out the rest of the day here. So if we can zoom out a little bit more on Tesla, we'll have a quick look. 1025, I mean, what a surprise that something stops on an even quarter. You guys know I love those kind of levels, but I think a break of 1060 and we have something. So you got to get through this level one more time. I think that's something to look at tomorrow. If you're playing options, I mean, the implied volatility would be huge right now, but this is Tesla, a 1060 break, and you could go right back to VWAP, which is easily, that's only 1075. So look at a $15 winner. Tesla's tradable, guys. It's just understand the kind of hit you can take if you're wrong and trade it accordingly. We always say you don't need this day to be your last day. So,
or this trade to be your last trade.
Yeah. Well, anything.
Well, either or.
I mean, if you only have an account of $10,000 or whatever it is, I don't care, $1,000, and you lose the $1,000 today on Tesla, then yeah, you re-upping that account, which we never really like to do. One person who never re-ups their account, Brendan at the big day.
I just saw AAL popping up here on volume. I mean, it's, I guess, just that high. Maybe there was a headline there about some union and employee changes that are happening, but 0.36 to the downside here, but we're trying to get back higher, guys. I just noticed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row for AAL straight to the upside. We talked a little bit about, if you joined us this morning, some of the travel names kind of pulling back a little bit here, but look at AAL trying to close at or near the highs here today.
Look, yeah, there was a few things, and one of them is going to be American Airlines, certainly, but I think Nordstrom's like we were looking at earlier is just like, why were these things so strong going into, sort of the last couple of days without even noticing it? But remember, the reopen, like travel got reopened, international travel that is, and that's why American Airlines made that pump. Of course, the economy is looking pretty solid. I think those probably would have been safer names to jump into when the market flushed in because they weren't tech related, but it's not that big of a move. It got back to flat in the session, and overall it only dropped 40 or 50 cents. So it really, I don't think it got onto the radar as weak enough there. But you talk about that international travel being the last shoe to drop, or at least one of the major shoes to drop, and that's I think the bump that you're getting in AAL. Maybe that's what happened for Nordstrom's. I don't know as a reopen play, but that looked pretty strong. Jude, you're right. If you took 98s. Yeah, fantastic, right? Like you got into this one early and it'll give you that bit of a winner. What I liked, of course, was saying, okay, let's wait for 100. If it rejects 98, then I can still short it around this 50 area and then have a stop at the high of the day, which is what I'm going to go ahead and do now. We just got into it. Thankfully, my system is back up and running. So I don't know, it was like a weird Windows thing that just happened there. Some targets here for Trade Desk. Certainly, I wanted to break 97 here. I'm looking more at this shelf. Just below 97, 96 half to 97 for the first out, maybe 96 or VWAP for the rest of it. And the good thing about the show being 2 hours now, the close, is you get into some of these trades, there's more time for it to work. Like if this was 3:30, I don't think we'd be looking at a VWAP retracement, but with an hour to go here, plenty of time for this one to come back in. It's been super strong all day long. Tried to go past that 10% mark, tried to break to 100. Just doesn't look like it's going to get up there for now at least. And I want to play the momentum. Sometimes it's better to be part of the reversal as opposed to guessing where that top is going to be. Although, hey, if you guess right, it's a bigger winner, obviously.
True that. Youssef, man, we talked about that over and over again, Pfizer, and shout out my friend. We will talk about it one more time. Of course, Pfizer asking right now the FDA for all age groups, I guess, just wider acceptance of the booster shot. But I mean, you got to remember the motivation here, right? I mean, obviously Pfizer wants the FDA to approve everything. And if the stats are there, then I'm sure the FDA will. And I mean, it's just a matter of time before boosters, I'm guessing, are in everybody's arms or whoever wants it. So we'll wait to see what happens right now with Pfizer. But I'm not really too excited until we break days high, 47.80 right there. But that's the move up there. And we already talked about it on the daily range. I can't buy it here. I will be a buyer of it if it does dip down in there again. Unfortunately, I made a play on Nucor and Nike instead, which probably percentage-wise about the same. I mean, this is up 20% here since October 21st, right? So 41 up to 48. I mean, give that back $8 on 40, so you're up about 20% in just over 2 to 3 weeks. So, yeah, for me, it's a little overextended, but thank you for spamming the chat.
Yeah, I think what we said last time is hopefully.
And I'm joking by the spamming.
No, it's all good. I mean, Trade Desk, by the way, first target hit. I guess we can still hit keys. Why not?
Sure.
It's a little show. First target hit just below that 97 mark. Got the bids down, 95.5 or so in case we can catch that VWAP. But I think with Pfizer, we talked, like the last time we talked about this, maybe it was a couple of days ago, and we were mentioning, of course, my daily chart doesn't want to operate. Thank you very much for that. I had some chart. It is what it is. Who cares?
But Pfizer just IPO'd, so you're fine.
Yeah, of course. That one wants to go back to. So anyways, you guys saw the chart for Sean, but and we talked about ringing the register. For me, it had been a dividend play for so long that when you start to get the benefit of some of these big spikes up, it's like if you're buying at those cluster areas like that 34, 35, like that 40 to 42, and it just shoots up and gives you 20% on a stock which is normally your stable dividend play, you gotta ring the register on some of that and then just buy back when it gets to that support. So that's what I like there. And for those of you that I know, a lot of you are watching Tesla here today. It's really been trying. It's putting in a lot of effort trying to get back to the upside. And this is twice now that's gotten to about like 1060 and then reversed. Now you're seeing it crush back down. 1025 is kind of the current low. It ticked down to 1023.56. So if it continues to flush, it's likely to drag a few names down with it here today. You're seeing it's a bit of a gap in my charts when I went down, but it looks like Tesla not out of the woods for today. Still could test the low of the day. Is that Brendan?
Hive, guys. We're stuck on our intercom there, but I know.
Oh, Randy.
Every time, Randy.
No, it's
every
really
time.
take it off. It's still in
He
our
hasn't
ear.
pulled any plugs out yet, though, so it's
Nope.
fine. Hive on the NASDAQ here. This happened after we obviously left in the morning, so this was during memes and movers. But if you remember, this halted. There was an offering that they announced, so a $100 million offering came out. Just ticking back up here, guys. After all this, I was just going to mention that Hive was getting a little bit of a bid, some volume coming back into the upside.
All right, Brendan's the one screwing it up, so I apologize to Randy. I got you, buddy. I'm just so used to being like it's Randy.
Don't ever call out Brendo, man. It's never Brendan's fault.
Okay, you know whose fault it was then? Rob's. I mean, let's call it like it is. Rob, we always blame you, so that's why, Rob. Just calm down.
Oh, so
apparently, I can't blame Brendan.
So a few things. One, someone was asking, am I still short Roblox? No, I mean
all our positions are there.
Yeah, positions are there, but I reversed when that offer got taken out. Remember, there was that offer trailing it down. I just got out when it broke. That's basically a flat trade. Then I reversed to a long, which I'm still holding. So I'm still in the long in Roblox, not the short. I'm actually going to cancel my take profit here and just sort of let it. If it breaks 105, 60s, I'm going to get out. Otherwise, if it breaks the high of the day, I'll play it by ear in front of 110. And someone was asking, why do we never talk about BNTX? And you know what, and apologies, and maybe it is talk in the book. So many people are interested in Pfizer. I don't know why, because I know BNTX is going to move a little bit more. The Pfizer pill that they just recently had has nothing to do with BioNTech, and a lot of times when we're playing the vaccine names that are movers, the preference is to trade Moderna. So that's what it comes down to. I prefer to trade Moderna when we're talking about the pure vaccine plays as opposed to BNTX. And the recent news, the pill has nothing to do with them. It's just Pfizer's partnered with BioNTech just for the COVID vaccine and nothing to do with the pill. So that's why recently it's been Pfizer, not BNTX. You can trade this if you like it. If you like trading it better than Moderna, I tend to think the price action in Moderna is significantly better. For those that have asked about Moderna today, I wouldn't touch it unless it got to 250. Didn't get to 250, so I didn't touch it. There was one shot. You had one shot on Moderna, and this was gold. It broke 250, couldn't go a buck, and then gave you that opening fail break flush trade, and that was it. If you didn't get that, I didn't really see a structured trade on Moderna today.
All right, my bad on the money, but it still makes sense because you've made a lot of money on Moderna.
If you shorted.
No, but just in general. I mean, you've traded Moderna pretty well. Okay, so Hertz right there comes in, man. We take that out. So we're out at 20%. Now let's see a 26 print come through, and then let's see on the downside, man. We told you we put our largest position on right here at 26.30. So yeah, it's starting to move to the downside. So let's see Hertz tick a little lower, man. We are on the bid at 05 right now. So if that could tick down, let's go, man. Hit those 08s, hit those 07s, hit those 05s. Let's just continue to bang, Hertz. Look at Hertz, Neil. It just cracked down through 25 and change right now. So Hertz, wow, what a big move that was. Hello, Hertz. We don't have anything on the bid. We should put something on there right now. Look at the spread. This is what I meant there. Oh, darn it. Someone cracked that. How low did it go? Let's check the thing here. 88s, 87s. Sean, that's going to haunt me. I should have been sitting there and I wasn't. Right there, man.
Stink bids, man.
Yeah,
stink
I got it.
Bids.
So now there are said stink bids in there now as that just cracked.
But you know what the thing about it is, right? Like if you put stink bids in and it absolutely collapses, then you've gotten out too early. If you don't put stink bids in, there is no way to mitigate risk or an alter trade strategy. It's like there's no free lunch, right? Like you give up something to get something.
Go.
So if that had collapsed to the low of the day, then no stink bids would have been the right call. So it's you just got to do what you feel is right in that situation.
Stink these bids.
And stink bids, of course, incorrectly attributed to Prad. The shout out goes to Greg for the stink bids.
Yeah. What up, stink bid man? Okay, so there it is. So we just take some out there. I mean, this is the kind of fun that we're having. I'm trying to bring the energy for you.
Stink bids are basic. People are asking what's a stink bid. It's just bids way lower than the current bid.
Yeah.
In case
it's like if the stock gets real stinky, where you want to be at. You know what I'm saying?
If it flushes too fast, you're on the bid and you pick it up. That's
the perfect kind of bid. A stink bid. Okay, so anyways, we haven't been getting too many stink bids. We are out of half of this trade right now, and trust me when I tell you, man, it's a good one. So we tee it up like Vladdy and bang that to the outside, and that's a home run there as you go. How did Manoah not get for Rookie of the Year? He's not even nominated. I don't even understand that.
The kid on...
there's a Tampa Bay reliever.
There's a Tampa reliever in there. There's a kid on Houston,
on?
Luis Garcia, who I had in my fantasy leagues, took in the second round. Everyone's like, who is this guy? I'm like, don't worry about it. He's sick. But he probably does deserve it over Manoa.
Oh, does he? Okay.
But Manoa should have been a final. Like Manoa should have been.
Not as a finalist.
Manoa should have been a top 3. There's no question about it. He's a beast.
pitcher.
And Manoa's probably going to be better than. Well, he won't be better than this kid as much as I like him.
Yeah. Well, anyways, okay. So rant of the day. We took it another piece there at 26, but we'll wait for the bottom here. I am bidding on Hertz 85s, and then we'll stink it up down here in the 60s. Hopefully, 25.61. We'll put another El Stinko down there. Like, what the hell's going on, man? This is too much. I'm in the red and black lumberjack here today. Yeah, look, Unity, what's up? Ashu Took, Vartak. I do like Unity software, that's for sure. But you guys already know, man, we're already up 50% in our Roblox in one day. Like, wow, I cannot believe that. All right, let's do some little crypto talk, because who's loving ADA? Put up your hand. This guy right here as a nice little move upside for Cardano today. You know, on a 1 minute chart, it's not going to look too crazy, but we did touch as high as 234, which was a really nice one. We can go on a daily chart. It's just been stuck here, man, which I'm pretty move over, right here. Just been stuck, and I've been getting frustrated with it the last about the last 2 weeks. Just stuck around 190, $2. Today you get that bump to 240, so that's a good one. Obviously, we're not cashing out of any of these crypto plays. I actually want to buy more Solana, so if anybody likes that one, SOL. And then I've recently been buying Matic, which is Polygon, and I not recently, I've been holding that, but I'm looking at that for more, you know, deal with some of the gas problems and whatnot on the Ethereum network.
That just means there's more demand.
Yep, exactly. So let's look up here.
Oh, no.
NVIDIA, okay.
Tesla just broke down. NVIDIA
Hertz
just broke down.
is 26 cents in the money.
Yeah.
Just quickly here on ACB, just quickly. Weed Batman, they're going to report tomorrow. We talked about that, and it did wake up. So I don't know if they went over to Sativa or what, but a nice move up to 760 there. And look, that's right where we were parked. We told you guys that. We actually planned this trade out, and it worked exactly what I thought it would do. I talked about sitting at 55, bang. Talked about sitting at 60, bang, right there. That's 1/3, that's 2/3, so we're still in a third right now of Aurora Cannabis. So we are still in that play, looking to get longer if it comes back down in.
So, I mean, I just got trailed out of NVIDIA there. It just broke that support level. So maybe it continues to go up. I don't know. But that just broke down on NVIDIA, and we'll take the profit and run. And then Tesla, like I'm not in Tesla, but it also broke its support, headed back down towards that low of the day. I mean, Tesla, there's no way I would take a bottom break. I just, you know, it's probably too much of a risk. Like you think about 1,000, and so you're shorting at like a 1025-ish area break. And then where are you getting out? You know, like if you get back to 1050, that's 1-to-1, shorting the low of the day when it's down 11%. Like I just don't see it taking a bottom break there, but definitely going to be in play if it gets down to that low, if you're holding on. The only thing that is working to the long side is Roblox, which continues to churn. And like I said, I'm going to play this one by ear. I did have an offer in front of 109. It's now a double top at 108. If it breaks 108, somewhere between 108 and 110 is where I want to cover. If I see it reject 109, I'll probably just get out there. But you know, Roblox continuing to look pretty strong, despite the fact that the market's showing signs of this relief rally ending.
All right, yeah, guys, thanks for all that. Yeah, look, I'm in Shiba Inu. Actually, I meant to look up Shiba Inu with you guys here today. We're in a lot of these names here. Wow, like what the heck is going on? I actually sold some Litecoin. Like, why is Litecoin going off right now? So this is the sort of the portfolio that I look at, right? So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano. You know, you can see the 24-hour move. So that's 10% for Cardano, 1% for Bitcoin. Ethereum just finding its way. 7 days, 10%. Cardano, 15. So I like to look at the 7-day as well, because that'll give you a little bit of an indication of what's happening here in this play. So I don't know who's yelling Shiba Inu. Thanks for that. But you're still down 1.2% in the last hour. The last 24 hours, you're down 1.4%. And in the last week, you're down 23%. But what the heck is going on with Litecoin? Litecoin's going off right now. Nice move to the high side there for Litecoin. There's my Matic. We've talked about that. I'm actually in Omisco. Bought that really low. And then some new ones here, Rally and Assemble Protocol. So this is what I'm looking at for crypto right now. And this is just CoinGecko. It's an easy way to look at the portfolio, so no affiliation with anybody there at all as we go on. Hertz making another move to the downside. We did get that one bid there at 93. Hopefully that can still continue to go. Aurora's not doing anything. Palantir. And then PayPal, man. I mean, why is it barcoding? Honestly, PayPal, I'm really surprised it didn't break 200. if there's anybody looking for swing plays and things like that, I know PayPal's going to be expensive for an option and probably expensive to buy, but this should have fallen. I'm surprised it held up at 200. Look, I'm a shareholder here. It's down 33% since recent highs of 280. And yeah, so you're getting smoked right now on this position. We were a buyer at 260, I think, and then it was around 260. Then we went to all-time highs and got faded back in, and we most recently bought at 225. So we're going to hold off on any more buys on PayPal, but I do think that the fact that it's holding 200 here is nice. AMD still down 1%. What is 12? It's not going to $12.
Yeah, God.
Roblox 108. Hell yeah, man. We bought this yesterday, so that was a good trade for us.
Yeah, I'm surprised this SOPA So I was sort of joking around thinking this stock could actually go all day without finding a bit of a stability. I guess it has done that now. Shockingly, a lot higher than I anticipated. It's taking a lot of restraint not to just want to sit in the short in this thing. It's kind of crazy. But I'll probably look at it. I'd never sleep on day 2. I think there's going to be a decent chance if it does any volume tomorrow, it could be a decent trade. I got the reload in Trade Desk. So it came back up to that 97.5. It failed at 97.80. Was able to reload that one. So if it heads back down to 97, we'll rinse and repeat on the way back down, or stops at the high of the day. Pretty simple. That's amazing.
Wow, it's a lot longer than I thought. Okay, so there it is, man. Hertz, like, let's go, man. I mean, I gave everyone this trade here and what the plan of action was. We're still in this trade. I told you we loaded it up, man. We're making a grip today. So today's been a good day for us, needless to say. And there's just another topping it off right there. I mean, short, out, short. I mean, this is a good trade for us, man. So let's go with Hertz. We're almost out of it. We only have 20% left. And I told you, I mean, although there's a lot, I mean, we've had this discussion before, guys, about discussing our nets and showing our current positions and things like that. Like, I just told you we're up a grip, and I also told you that I put on a large position right here against that 50, right? And so there it is, right there to the downside. We don't want to be known by our nets, right? And so it's just one of those things where what a big position for me is might not be for you, might not be for Prad, might not be for Prad's best friend Adam, things like that, right? So there are opportunities for you guys to put on as many shares as you like and then trade it like that. So Neil and I will try to show you as many opportunities as we think are available, and I think that was an absolutely fantastic one there on Hertz, and you can see all these outs, man. I mean, we're trading, and if you're just joining us for the first time, we'll make this real quick. We're trading real equities. We're not trading CFDs, or we're not trading futures contract. You could trade the futures contract.
Well, you can trade the futures.
We're not trading options or anything like that. So when you do see us make these plays, it's actually on live level 2.
Yeah, we couldn't trade anything but the stock. We do have the futures. I mean, Arun mostly trades the futures.
Yes. Yeah, well.
We don't really. I mean, every now and then, like we have in the past, I suppose. This is now like a quadruple, quintuple, whatever you want to call it, top on Roblox. It just cannot seem to get through 108. And one of the things that and again, I've always made this mistake where it's like do first. I'm covering right here at 107.50. I'll give you the reason why. When you get this tight of a consolidation and it has like a top like that, I can give up 50 cents or points, because it's a good point there. And I'm going to get into that in a quick second there, Scott Henderson. I can give that up and get back in on a breakout trade, right? So what you give up is 50 cents or so of gross in case it holds this and then pulls back like it's doing right now. And then if it breaks the high that I can use that as a break of momentum. So I'm going to bank that trade on the breakout and then look for a re-entry point either on the upside at 108, or maybe it dips down and holds 105. But to the point that Scott made about it's all about points and not about dollars. That's what makes poker players better. I say it over and over again. It's not the ability to know pot odds. It's not the ability to be able to calculate your implied odds. Anybody can do that. It's about the ability to make those same quality decisions, whether there's a cent on the line or 1, 2 or 100, 200, or you're sitting there playing for millions of dollars. And that's the key. Quality decision making. And then your net comes after that. Worry about the decisions. Evaluate decisions, not P&L. I don't harp on the wins. I harp on the decisions. If you made a bad decision that makes money, it's completely irrelevant. It's useless. The market is definitely going to be willing to reward you for stupidity, and then it's just going to make you make another bad decision in the future because you're happy that you got rewarded for it. So worry about quality decisions. It's always a good decision to get the Brennan and not make him wait too long.
A couple of things. I mean, if you wait, there's more to talk about always. CGC, guys, just made a day high, 8% there on decent volume, worth mentioning. I was also going to show you If I can flip over to, there it is. Pet V, one from earlier today, in the past couple of days, in fact. This daily chart, pretty crazy. Also just popping back up. 5 just broke there on a volume spike for Pet Vivo.
So not to be mistaken with, because there's 2 of them, man. Like this Pet Z and Pet V and Pet Z. One of them's done 93 million shares, up 38%. So it's if you make the mistake, this is Pet Z, by the way. I should have held the long we had on it. But that Pet V making moves currently at that high, and that's a big difference. Load. One of them actually trying to take out that high, as Brendan mentioned, and the other one sort of barcoding. But both of them on the move. Way more liquidity on Pet Z if you're looking at the 2 of those names. But at least one of them is making a clean break here. Roblox, so I'm going to get out and then look for the re-entry point at that 108. It's 108.05, by the way, so I'll take that breakout.
108?
Well, sorry, it's 108.05 is a high. Sorry, it's not actually at 108 yet. Looks like it's getting there. So I didn't find a re-entry point. It did break that consolidation. It never followed through. And like I said, you give something up in that case, and it'll be about 50 cents. If it breaks, I'll play some slippage if it takes out 108.05. But certainly there's a chance to get back in. There's plenty of time for this to run a little bit higher. So we still have 35 minutes left in the day. That's well within the range of being comfortable taking a breakout trade. So if it takes out the high, I'm back in again. It was dip buys in the morning. It was a short off the high, and then it's been breakouts in the afternoon. So it's basically giving you every style of trade today in Roblox. It's also giving you something at the high of the day, which, it was Roblox, Trade Desk is at the high of the day. If you got something else that's trading at the high that isn't a small cap, let me know, because I hadn't found much.
So we'll just take NVIDIA right here, not at the high, but there's the break that we wanted. We wanted this 306.50. So let's take this and see where we go from here. So we are long right now on NVIDIA, 306.50. We talked about this trade, and it just came in right now. So we'll see where it goes here, but 206.50, a nice move here for NVIDIA. I mean, we could just take 50 cents right now. I mean, there it is right there. So we'll see if it breaks through 307. Boom, let's go, man. We're smoking right now up to the upside. I was talking about this 308 and change. So if we can get that, maybe we'll do that right now as NVIDIA just starting to take off here, and we have this. So, I mean, what are we doing here? Let's just see if we can get some out in the 20s if we can. Upside move. Did I just get printed there? Bang, as we go, man. Yeah, you guys wanted it, but you don't get it right there as a nice move up there for, I mean, instantly $1 right there. What metaverse are we even living in right now as we trade? This just continues to make money to the upside. Wow, like we are loving life right now. 307.22, that was a good one right there. Good move to the upside. Let's just keep on rocking and rolling, man. Hertz is 56 cents in the money. Palantir, PayPal, everything's rocking, man. I hope you're enjoying the show so far.
Someone said this in the chat. There was just 0% chance that Naked's going nowhere because of me. Like, it's give me a break. Like, the stock, I had a picture of the truck, but anyways, if I had, I'd close it. I would show you guys again. But them going into the EV game, it was going to be a sell, and it was. I haven't done anything on this outside of cover shorts since literally 9:40 in the morning. It's just been it's been falling on its own. Roblox does take out that high, and then ends up being a failed break. Whoops. So Roblox breaks that 108.05, I should say, and then it doesn't really get anywhere. So it goes about to like 110, looks like 10 or 15s or so, and then it's right back in this consolidation. So it's not really threatening the bottom end of the range, but this happened to me earlier, and when I took that same failed break at 105, it turned into a fantastic short. So I got out of that long, and then rolled into a short on Roblox back into VWAP and got $3 out of the trade. Could the same thing happen here? I think it could. I'm out of it, breaks 107, and then I'm looking to short, from 107 to 107.5, something like that, to that high of the day, and then I play it to the bottom. It's the first time I'd be shorting it since we came back on the show. So we'll see what happens, but the potential of a failed break here on Roblox, although it's, you can't really call it too much of a failure, up 40%, but it's more of a setup than anything else. Tesla, by the way, now $4 away from the bottom. It just feels like it's inevitable at this point. Tesla's going to test the low of the day.
I love this, Michael Blanco. My friend made $12 million this year off X. Stock gains are pathetic. So, yeah, man, I mean, I know a lot of people that made much more than $12 million off stock, but we all are here to trade and just continue to trade your book, man. I mean, we talk about that over and over again. Like, just trade what you're best at. And some people are great at crypto. Some people are great at scalping. Some people do their own thing. So, I mean, just keep it going, keep the money flowing and everything like that. And I mean, someone also put apparently $8,000 into Shiba Inu and made $5.7 billion. So I wish that guy was my friend as well. So, but that's a good call there, Michael. Hopefully your friend is taking you out for some nice beverages at some point there. Roblox.
Or whatever you're into, man.
We can, yeah, whatever, man. Just go out and party it up, man. Yeah, I'm going to be going to the hockey game with my father and kid this weekend.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's really, really fun to do that. And I'm just glad that we're on a reopen here in Ontario. It's been fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a fantastic.
We were all scared of each other.
Run. Yeah, everyone's scared of my dad, of course. I mean, everyone's scared of me, right? So, no, but just imagine. I mean, here, I can show you. Follow on Instagram. No, we don't have to get into anything, but follow on Instagram. Here, I'll show you. Went golfing with him. Here he is, right here. So, hey, what's up, Padre? Right there, that's Spanish. Right there. So, this is my brother as well. So, follow me on Instagram if you want to see something a little more exciting. I'll drop that link in for you. There's only 2 Instagram accounts, myself and the show. So, make sure that you don't, mistaken for some of these fake accounts is what I'm getting at. There's too many of them out there, and I'm really, they upset me. So, okay, I don't have anything else going on right now. We have Hertz right now near these bottoms. We already got out at 58. Like, wow, what a great stink bid that was at 60 there, all the way to the downside. So a nice move to the downside there for Hertz, and we'll see what happens now. Even lower as we go.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It might fall further, and I'm only saying that because, like, if you imagine a world in which Tesla, like I said, it seemed inevitable that it's taking out the bottom. I didn't reload again, Jude, on trade desk. I already had, so I wasn't going to add another time here. If this is going to take out the bottom, some of these shorts are going to come in, and I feel like the long break on Roblox is probably going to end up wrong too, as Tesla gets right to the low. It's just got to 1025 or so, and again, the ES is trying to get back to the upside. The NASDAQ is still bouncing off of its lows. This is a Tesla thing now. It's down 11%, still cratering to the downside here. So I think there's going to be some trouble for some of these to run back in. I can't see. Will there be the confidence for Roblox to continue to go? Maybe NVIDIA to continue that long? For trade desk to break to those highs, although I am short. In the midst of Tesla cracking here at 1025, it's still about $1.50 from the actual low of the day. I gave you the reasons why I don't like shorting at that bottom. I think it's great if you're short off the 1060. Like, this is a case where if you were short, holding through the break would make sense, but actually taking the break doesn't seem like a very good setup for me, guys. So watch out. If it gets to 1,000, I guess maybe there'd be a defense at that level. I wouldn't mind, like, literally just sitting in front of 1,000 at, 1s, 2s, or 3s. But I've done my digging of graves in Tesla because I missed the bottom. Like, I did get a 1060 after losing twice on it. But to me, missing the bottom was when it bounced off a 1030 here. There was a chance to get in at 40s or at least sub 50, and I got 61s as a long. So I guess I'm getting a little old here and not fast enough on those keys.
Yeah, SOPA halt again. I mean, I don't know how many times this thing's going to halt. I haven't traded
15?
it yet today. Yeah,
12, I think.
We were thinking, like, what was the record for halts on that? But here's Fisker, man. Someone was talking about Fisker holding up pretty good. We lost on the long. So we do have some negative stocks today, including Fisker, including PayPal. We're waiting for that. I mean, hopefully it won't be negative. And Palantir will for sure be. Other than that, we're clean right now. Clean slate today on the board for us. So Fisker and Palantir and then PayPal. Looks like PayPal will be negative. I told you where we need to go, man. It needs to get up to 205 for PayPal to go there. But I don't know. I still think it goes there, but we'll wait to see at the end of the day. Fisker holding up, man. They get an upgrade this morning from, I think it was Credit Suisse. I wrote it down on here. No, I just wrote down upgrade. So this is actually on the sticky note today. But Fisker, we thought about the long. It defended beautifully at 19 there. So we'll definitely have a look at 19 as Fisker right now just breaking out, man. I mean, I think this is a great one. It's trying to break out even on a negative day in the market where we've had Tesla talk and everything like that. Fisker still holding up 3.5%, 3.35% there for Fisker. What's up, Brenda?
Another monster today, guys. New Relic, NR software name, 40%, just making a day high as we speak here off of a better than expected report. Aftermarket yesterday, I mean, this thing closed at 91 yesterday. It's 127 for New Relic.
That's so weird. Like, I actually added that to my list and then never looked at it once. But again, find something that's strong. That's going to be it. I guess, like we said, SOPA is halted. There's plenty of time in the day, so this is going to open back up in theory, less than a minute. I have paid for shorts. I'm not forced to use them, but if it opens and retests the high, which sits at 44, and rejects that, I think maybe taking a short off of that level with a clean stop at the high of the day would make some sense. Right now, the indicated open is 41.97. If that's true, it's essentially going to open up right here. Well, I mean, time-wise, yeah, whatever. It doesn't really, right about here, and then a potential to test that high of the day. That's about the only trade that I would like. either it rejects the high or, otherwise forget about it. Tesla does make a fresh low of the day and then pops right back up. So it's back through a 1,025. Oh my goodness, I said I would stay away from Tesla. But a failed break at the low of the day. It's now got a 1,022 bottom. And you can get along. You know what? I'm going to take a shot here. And again, I'm not even giving it, I'm not giving it to 1,000, I'm not giving it to 1,020, I'm giving it to the current low. If this was a failed break at the previous low of the day and it's going to hold the current low at 1,022 and I'm gonna risk $4 in slippage, well, if it bounces even a little bit, that's $10, $15, $20. The risk to reward is good. I actually thought it might flush a little bit further than that, so the fact that it didn't, not a bad sign for Tesla. Although it's still ridiculously weak.
I can't believe Nick Chubb had, I go through all these problems with Nick Chubb, and then now, I know you play me, but, and now Nick Chubb has COVID. Like, give me a break, man. The guy just puts up, he's vaccinated, yeah.
So he can come back and play.
I know.
I need the win more than you, bro, so
I know.
Like, you could, have a little
I want to get the buy. I want to buy. I mean, our league is too competitive, man. You need to get the buy.
I'm second in points and second last in the standings in fantasy, and he's complaining because Nick Chubb is on the COVID list when I'm the one that badly needs the win here. I gotta win out from here.
I mean, I hope you
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Patrick Mahomes. Thank you, Josh Allen, the Bills. I don't know, whatever.
I hope you win, man. I hope you win.
There we go, Tesla. You know what? I'm gonna scalp some of this out. It's been so weak that
yeah, let's just keep on.
It's been so bad that I'm literally scalping $5 on Tesla here. But remember, I was only risking about $5. So first out is usually 1-to-1 for me. If it bounces 1,050, I'll be happy. Still won't be up on the day on Tesla, that's a guarantee, but if it can bounce from here, that's fantastic. But failed break at the low of the day, the same way 300 and NVIDIA did it, Tesla has done it here. If it breaks the low, I'm out. If it gets to 1050, I'm definitely out in front of that. And it's still looking weak. It just bounced off of 1030. Like, it can't even go $5 and sustain a bid. Really, Tesla? Really?
Oh, Tesla. So we just right there, man. We just got out. Is Roblox still going?
109, man.
And I did want to say a shout out to, that was us that did this there yesterday. And again, thank you, man. This is why I'm on Twitter. Thank you for your call on Roblox yesterday. Someone purchased 100 shares when I said that yesterday, that this was going to be a buy. And then they gained $27 per share. So you got it a little bit early, but that's okay, man. Great opportunity there. And thank you so much. I retweeted that. So I'm really, really glad that we're able to make a difference, hopefully, to some of your trading. And then eventually, your trading lives. I mean, we all sit here every single day and put a lot of effort into what we do. So I really hope that it's starting to pay off for you as well as it is for us in enjoying over 250,000 subscribers now, guys. So that's a big one. We just got out of one more piece there. Now I'm only holding 10%. So I just got tired of Hertz. It didn't look like it wanted to go. So there you go. Wow, good out for me. We got our last piece out right there. And you saw me do it live. 25.90. We just took a piece out. Just got tired of waiting around for this play. It didn't come through, so we got out. Now we can get out of our last 10%. I mean, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess, I don't know, I'm still holding 10%. So one of these stink bids down here, probably this one, was for a little bit more shares, or the one at 26 even. So anyways, we're only in 10% left of this position, and we're trying to see what happens up here at 50. I'm not interested in it anymore, guys. So if we get out, we get out. That's fine. But I am interested in PayPal right now, because if we hit the siren, maybe they'll start to go. PayPal, nice move here. We are long. We're in the money now, $2. I still think we take out this VWAP. I'm going to put an offer at 207.50. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm going to put an offer at 207.50. See if we can get it out, and then stop off on the way home and get a nice bottle of wine.
Yeah, so look, I love a good bottle of wine. Haven't had one in a while, but we have an ice wine sitting in the fridge, and it's like, I got to do that on a weekday here. But I'm a huge ice wine fan. Roblox, there is another seller here at 109. Like, remember the person that dumped shares, and like I said, Godspeed if they were shorting at that 105 level, because that was 100,000 legit that they took. So I'm assuming there was covering along. It pretty obviously was, going out on a limb saying that. But there was another seller at 109. I took some out in front of it on that 108 break. And remember, I gave up 50 cents by covering and then getting back into the trade, but I don't mind that play. It's just a little bit, it's just another way to play into it here, and it breaks out. I still want to cover in front of 110. Tesla, thank goodness that we scalped some out for $5, because look what happened. It got up to 1,030. I cover, and then it just breaks the low of the day. So Tesla, it still looks hella weak at this particular point. I'm still in trade desk, by the way. That's basically flat. It scalped a little bit out and got like 60 pennies on it. And now we're just holding on to the rest. It's still not threatening the high. Looks like it's going to come back in. So Roblox, I'll probably have to cover naked brands in the next 10 or 15 minutes, but that's near the lows. Tesla 1,000, it just, I mean, whatever, man. It just feels like it's going to happen today. It's just like, it can't catch. If it failed breaks at 1,025 after everything that happened today and couldn't catch a bid and couldn't follow through, then what's, like, where are the buyers, right? Like, a lot of times in a stock which is loved, you will see people jam in and then everyone afraid getting caught holding on to their short that's been so good all day, thinking, oh goodness, this could be the turn. And when it doesn't turn, I mean, maybe the bid's going to be tomorrow or next week on Tesla, but it doesn't feel like it's here yet today.
No, well, no. I mean, I always play the 3-day rule, so hopefully you guys can play that with me. There we go. As
you guys see that?
I don't know if they saw Rob dancing or not. I don't know. I don't know what these people see anymore because Rob dancing. Maybe Rob can do a dance at the bell today. Who wants to see Rob?
Do that dance.
Who do you guys want to see on the bell, Rob or Valeria? So you guys, I don't know if we can do. I don't know. The polls never work.
Yeah,
for me,
Valeria's gonna win.
Valeria's probably gonna win that anyways. But maybe Rob, you know what? Rob may surprise you, man. Rob may. Rob.
I'm sure he's legit got moves. The guy can juggle. It's just magic tricks, you know.
People are saying go Rob, so I think that people are liking Rob. Okay, Rob. We'll see. But Rob is winning here right now, so we can't be on the bell because we have trades. I mean, I could be.
I mean, you know what?
I can go over to the
bell. To be honest, like a lot of times we get flat. Like one of these days we'll get like if we're flat.
Why do you want to see us on the bell?
The next time one of us is flat, we can do it. It's just you guys don't get to see Valeria or Rob during the show. You watch our ugly mugs the entire time.
Yeah, I would definitely not vote for either one of us, but there we go there. Rock and Robin. Oh, yeah, that's not a bad name for Rob. Yeah, Rock and Robin. Tweety. Okay, old Rock and Robin gonna reel. All right, let's keep on going here.
Jackson 5. We were talking about the Jackson 5 on memes and whatever.
I mean, I asked Brad to name one Jackson 5, and he was drawing blanks, right? So we'll move on that as we go. What's Neil putting his? One Migos? Offset. Get the hell out of here, bro. You don't know who I am, Prad. Who are you dealing with?
Oh, there's a poll now. This is great.
Prad asked me what name one Migos, but you know what? We'll just go back and forth, man. Prad, you're gonna have to do a little better than that, my friend. Okay, so let's just go there. Maggie, Maggie's busy working right now.
The poll right now is like it's tight. 53% Miss V, 47% Rob. By the way, SLPA
I can't even vote on polls.
Polls upside again. We gotta figure out why Sean can't vote in the polls. YouTube doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Prad is trying to be sick there, lone Sofo.
So, no, I want to ask you a question. Someone asked 3 times what the 3-day rule was, and it's just allowing a stock to settle post-earnings or post-major news, right? Yeah. So allow it. The price action's crazy, especially. Like
I might take away Prad's allowance.
So wait 2 or 3 days before this thing settle down before you get back in. Tesla 1,015, by the way. So I guess shorting it through the low of the day break, which I advocated not doing, was a free money trade apparently.
Yeah.
Wow, Tesla.
So it was going along Roblox all day. I mean, I cannot believe that we are actually fighting Roblox down here. Like, I was like, this is going to be long, man. It's going to be long. And then we even want to see, remember I was saying, like, I don't know if I want to get out of this. Don't know if I want to get out of it. But then it bounced around. We ticked all the way down to like 100 again.
I'm getting out.
And then it came back up 102 and change. And there it is, man. 109. Holy crap. I'm long 77.50 from yesterday, guys. This is at 110 right now. We just made 42% in one day on Roblox.
I'll tell you this right now. The last time I felt that way about a stock was when Silvergate went from 100 to 150 and I sold and went to 210. I wouldn't sell if I were you.
Oh no, I'm not selling. I'm not even taking anything out here. But Roblox, a nice move to the upside. Yeah. So the 3-day rule was something that I've been looking at for a while. So thanks to clarify that for anybody there. And I know Neil just talked about it.
The chat was going crazy about who should ring the bell, and I saw someone trying to get that in. It's like
no, that's okay.
What happens is I know a lot of you guys are new viewers, and sometimes we'll get into this whole mode where we're sort of talking and everyone understands what's going on here. And when that happens, if we use a term that you don't understand, call us out. And if we don't answer the question, then DM one of us, tweet at us, or tweet at the main account, or ask the question again. We're going to get to it. We're not ignoring anybody on purpose. Someone asked where to get into Square. Oh man, my daily chart doesn't want to. Yeah, of course. This is frustrating.
Nike popped again here, apparently.
Nike popped again. I like Square a little bit closer to the 2-quarter area, 220 or so. I already have enough of it, so I'm probably not looking to add. My daily chart doesn't want to load. I had some issues with my charts. My P/per-weight crashed today. I mean, it's been a bit of a wipeout, but I think Square it's obviously had a much better day than PayPal finding a bit of a bottom. So a good sign so far. I cannot take my eyes off Tesla here. and I probably will be watching this one at the close. The current low sits at 1,011. Like I said, I will probably take a shot here if it gets to 1,000 in the next couple of minutes. Like if you can get, I mean, whatever, you can get 1s, 2s, or 3s off of 1,000. I don't see why not. I mean, it wasn't that bad. And if it does a failed break, like it did at 10:25, I'd probably take that. You're running out of time because there's only like 15 minutes left in the session. You're running out of time for that to happen. But if it comes down there, I'm going to go for it. Why not? It's a quick little scalp trade. It's not talking about holding it overnight or holding it to the aftermarket, which, I mean, I guess Tesla could also run in the aftermarket. That would not be crazy at all. Roblox, oh my goodness, that was a good out.
Yep, nice little fade back in there for RBLX down to 107.
Where'd that come from?
I mean, it went to 109.50.
I guess 110, whatever, man. I should have shorted 110.
Pratt yelling about the short, but I mean, you know, Pratt was trying to build a case, remember, for shorting this thing today. And
Roblox,
oh, man,
EA Sports, there's a few of them.
I may make some appearances on the memes.
Pratt's hate for, it was Roblox, EA Sports, and I'm missing something else. It's like over the top. He starts on one of those, and it's like half an hour later. Like, I hate some things too, man, but like it's like I'll give it up after at least a minute.
All right, only 17 more minutes here to go, and then we are free for the day. And then there's a nice earnings board as well today, so that's going. Look, someone said,
that was the bottom Tesla.
Why did Palantir go down today? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, I do want to buy some more of this, but I'm going to use the same 3-day rule, you know, as always. But look, 4 cents versus 4 cents, right? Revenue beat, guided higher, 418 versus 402 on them. Better government contracts, up 34%. Commercial contracts, up 37% for Palantir. And today, you still get down 9%, man. Gross free cash flow margin, 30%. I don't know why it's down here. Neil said he had a theory there. We'll hear about that. But, I mean, I'm still a buyer. I'm still a buyer. Yeah, no, we don't have to worry about it now. I'm still a buyer of Palantir, just not today. Let's let this thing settle down, and
come on.
We'll take it from there.
What the heck? No way.
SOPA was halting like crazy
out of
again.
SOPA. I just had the short. I gotta figure. Like I just had the short on SOPA there, like 50, you know, at a 51 short, and it looks like there was a weird wick there, or maybe a dark print that just got me stopped out. The spread, the spread's a little crazy, but I think I had this one maybe at the top. I don't know. You can't chase it. It's a bit thin. It opened up. It broke 50. It got to like 54 and came back in here. And I was like, okay, this is starting to stall out. I'm going to take the short and give it to the high of the day. And then this happened. So it's not a losing trade by any stretch of the imagination. I probably made like a penny or two, like 15 cents, but that's kind of crazy. Might have had the top there. I don't know. I'm not going to chase it. What I was going to say about Palantir, going down for the same reason that Virgin Galactic's going up, reasons. Right, like doesn't like you know. It's,
reasons is the reason.
No, it's not as if there was anything about Virgin Galactic that was fantastic. There was a small surprise, I would say, with I guess how much their revenue was, but it wasn't that crazy. And we're still on the SOPA chart, by the way. I don't know why. Yeah, there you go. Now it would have been $3 in the money. So my number one stock of the day, which by the way, you don't have to trade things like this. I would almost suggest a lot of people maybe you don't if you don't have direct market access like we do. But that was definitely a good shot at a turn when it just failed, broke through 50. I got wicked out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It did not break the high of the day. So, I mean, you know what? I probably made a keystroke error in my stop, and maybe that's the reason I got it. But either way, this one could be interesting tomorrow, up 420%. We promise you Rivian will be a more realistic and reasonable IPO, that's for sure.
Rivian, yeah, Rivian Day tomorrow. Hells yeah on Rivian Day. We only have a couple more minutes until we see some imbalances. Let's just review some of the trades we have right now. I would get out of ACB now, but I am waiting for the imbalances. Now, we're already out of 2/3 of this trade. We didn't expect much of movement on this. We do know that they are earnings report come tonight or tomorrow morning. I think it's tonight. But we'll wait, doesn't matter. Either way, it's actionable today. So right there, 760 upside. We'll see if it can hold out. It is on the NASDAQ, so those imbalances will still come at 350, so we'll wait for that. Hertz still 57 cents in the money, and this has been a good one for us here as we're basically at the bottom right now. Obviously, we wish, that guy's right in my way. There you go. Thanks, Rob, for that one. As it comes right back down to 25.60 here. Again, we talked about putting on a decent spot right there, and we do that, and we cash in for sure. And then really, I'm just waiting for this. Like, PayPal, I told you, man, even if this gets to like 20, I mean, I'm just doing the math, 204.50 will be flat on PayPal for the day. And it sucks because I really wish that, I would have reloaded in here. But, the show ended, we did some work, and then we back on at 2. But I wish I would have re-upped some of these at 201. I mean, I'm well in, this is well in my risk parameters. I mean, $1 worth of risk on PayPal, you buy those 201s, man, it already ticked up to 205. So right there, 4-1 right there on that. And I think that's worth it all the way, which is why we're trying to hold this right now. I feel like even if it comes out and I wind up losing on this, it's fine. I mean, it was well worth the risk. I still think we could take that out. Palantir is still 20 cents in the money, but again, not doing anything. And I actually canceled my bid right now. I had a bid right here to 24.10 that never came through. So we were waiting to get more on Palantir, but it's just barcoding today, right? So you could see up and down and really not doing anything. Although you did get that one dip, and I was at 10 here, and I didn't even know it went down this low to 12. I thought it went to 15 or 16, but we do miss out on that. So right down now, 9%. What can you do? So we'll wait. Only 2 minutes now to the imbalances. It's been a fun day, man.
Yeah, and look, okay, Shopify. So Meta, are we saying Meta now, right? I guess
you can if you want.
Okay, because it's still FB in the system, right? So until the actual change,
that's the first,
and December 1st, right?
I think so. Well, yeah.
So when it becomes Metaverse and the symbol changes, then I'll do a better job of actually saying Meta. But Facebook, anyways, just felt like a buck here, but. I mean, it doesn't look like anything really happened. It could have just been a technical break as some of these names are starting to pull back in. I mean, we're not catching much of a bid in the market. I'm down to just the trade desk. I have covered that naked brands. I can't look at, and I said this, the first thing that happened when I came in today and talked to Brendan was, I told him I would not be able to keep a straight face covering this naked brands story. And then now they're an EV company.
Do you even have that? Do you still have that tab?
I'm out. It's down to 75. I don't have the picture of the truck anymore.
Yeah, that's what we want.
It doesn't look that bad. I guess but the company that they merged with, it's like they've sold 3,300 of these bad boys, and now Naked Brands, and they're not even changing the name. Like the name should stay Naked Brands. They're using the other company, Centro, whatever, is going to be more of the metamorphosis for the new name. It should be Naked Brands. It should be the Naked Truck. They should be just over leveraging the whole thing, in my opinion. Then maybe you get some action. But Tesla, because I cannot keep my eyes off it, and there's still 10 minutes left in the day, so there is a chance, maybe that you can get 1,000 print. Although the closer it gets to the close, the more unlikely it is that I would even take a long bouncing off of that. So I don't think we're going to get the 1,000 play. It went to 10.10, and that gave you $15. So I guess that was not a bad play. It doesn't seem like a lot, $15, when Tesla is down $140. And if you count from the pre-market highs, down $160, which, as you can tell, is not great. Brendan. Oh, Valeria, sorry.
Hey guys, let's push likes to 1,000. We're super close. Need just 200 more likes. 3,500 people are watching, so we easily can get there. Please support and go long on the like button. Back to you guys.
I don't know. I'll check in a second here with the imbalances. I did want to say, someone made a comment there. It would be really cool if Uber delivered weed. Remember I talked about this and I gave it that name? Remember what it was? Duber. Right? So I think you could have some Duber there. So I think that if Uber delivered weed.
Who's to say they don't, bro?
Could be Duber.
I'm just saying.
There you go. Okay. But
I bet you someone's doing it.
Oh, no, they already are. That's what I was going to say. Here in Ontario, I've got you. Proud of you.
I missed it. What was he doing?
I could do memes and movers with you, bro. I don't know. I mean, whatever. The thing is that there is here in Ontario, you can actually, there's same day delivery services. So, that already exists here in Ontario, Canada. So, just no doubt about that. Okay, let's move on. That's Duber. So let's check out the imbalances there, and we'll see what's happening right now. WFC, you like that one there, Ravi? WFC right now, we'll go over some of these.
How it falls.
WFC with a bid right now. Nice play, hopefully, on that. Let's see where it goes. Starting to go to the upside. Zenga, there's Duber right there. Citigroup is here as well.
Legit Uber's in the imbalance. Look at that.
Yeah, 1.8 mil. You were mentioning that there might be some decent ones here. I mean,
it's not that great.
No, I was hoping that PayPal.
Someone asked about TLT for the treasuries. 100,000 buy. 128,000 buy in TLT.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of random, but someone was asking about TLT specifically. So.
But that's not going to do anything. The TLT level 2 is
no,
like
it's
jacked.
not. That's exactly. It would have to be millions.
Even then. Oh, there's PayPal. Okay, so PayPal is here right there. Where was it? There, PayPal. Right there. So PayPal has a bid right here, trying to go back up. I just put an offer, just breaking through VWAP. So I'm hoping to get 205.50 right now. We'll see. We have 7 minutes before I need to deal with this PayPal. So we are sitting here for a possible bump up to 205.50, and those are your imbalances brought to you by Day Trade the World. So
someone just asked there, Brandon Jenkins, how many times would Rivian halt? If there was going to be like an over/under, it would be set at 0.5, right? Because I mean, either like most likely is that it doesn't. So anything above it not halting once, I think that would be the line that you'd have to. I don't know what
I would
the
take
odds
over.
would be,
I think it halts once because what I figure it does.
It could go upside halt.
Yeah,
I hope it does because we're going to go long.
It is going to go upside halt. So I think what's going to wind up happening to that at some point, it might not go upside halt right off the open, but I just figure that it's going to come to market. We're talking about Rivian now, just like how Coinbase did, comes to market. I mean, a good example was Coinbase, just because, I mean, a lot of IPOs have done this.
Snowflake.
No, lots. I mean, lots of IPOs have done this. You can see here, Coinbase opens up 345 and then rips to 380 and halts, right? So you can get those kind of moves, and then on the halt, open up, man, 429. And I remember it halted up here as well, and then turned on a dime back to the end. So Coinbase, although it had a nice positive day, it still wasn't great and got faded out. Obviously, there's IPO all the way down. Like it lost it lost $200 basically in 2 months. So from top to bottom, $200 in 2 months. So don't get too excited here for that, but let's go over to Brendan.
Speaking of Coinbase, guys, let's get you up to date on what you need to know for aftermarket tonight and before the open tomorrow.
Okay, so not
went
much.
over. Yeah,
Win. I mean, I like Win there. I know a lot of people are interested in Fubo TV. We can have a look at that as well. And then I'm already in Aurora. So wait, where's Aurora going? Nowhere. I don't know. Yeah.
For the record, both
lots of
Fubo and Plug talked about ringing the register in front of earnings. I don't believe in buying in front of it. I think you wait a couple of days to get back into position on either of those two names. One that you know what? It's weird. Somehow Upstart, in the midst of the market crashing here today, Upstart, which is reporting after market, you saw that on the board, had been one of the absolute, please daily chart. Yeah, whatever. It's been an absolute crazy runner. Finally getting a couple of pullbacks in here. This should be an interesting one to see if it can hold that 300 level in the midst of the carnage that you're seeing in the markets today. Oh, whoops. Yeah, so but trade desk, I did get out of trade desk. I can hit, no, whatever, we'll do this one. It's not really flushing down, but I got out at 97 again. I'm still holding the last bit. I have to get flat at the end of the day. I'm shooting for VWAP. If it gets there, it gets there. Tesla, I won't trade it, but it is closer to the lows than it is not, obviously, as Tesla might close the day testing 1,000. Wouldn't it be crazy if this breaks 1,000 down in the post market? I don't even know what that would look like, but that would be nuts.
You're about to see what it's about to look like right now. Let's go, man. We are now positive on PayPal as this is starting to run, man. We talked about this. Let's go. We're at 205.40. So if we could just break through 205, we're now positive on PayPal on the day. Wow, I don't know, man. We're having a problem with 205. So maybe it stops there, or it says hold my beer. Take that guy out. That's 20,000 shares, man. You've done 60,000 on the day. You can do it, PayPal. Let's break yourself right now. Break yourself, fool. There it goes, all the way to the upside. Let's go. We are at 205.40. We are 20 cents away from getting this print, man. This is what we waited for. We waited for this. Did we get greedy? Maybe we did. We are now positive on PayPal. I think we should just take this out right now. So let's do that. We'll put an offer out there at around 07 and see if we get picked up right now on PayPal. Bang! There it is, man. We close the day out. Pokeroo, high five. Bang for that on Pokeroo as we get out at 205.07. Positive now on PayPal. Just wish we would have reloaded down here, but there it is. A nice move to the back end there. Yes, sir. We have now 0 LFT, so we're at our highest spot we've been at all day. We exited our Palantir trades. We exited everything, so let's go. There it is, man, finally.
And Roblox, by the way, yeah, that short was short-lived. I mean, I'm assuming Prad got out. If you took a 110 short, fantastic. I'm assuming got out in that flush. It's right back to 110. So, I mean, getting out at the top there made sense. Reversing to the short made sense. And you're right back closing on the high of the day, just like Tesla tries to close on that low. So 110 break, still in play. Could be an aftermarket thing, just like I think Tesla could be one to watch in the aftermarket. I know there's earnings to get to, but give me a break. Like Tesla, probably going to be worth a watch at 1,000. With only about 3 minutes to go, it's crazy earnings. It's been a wild one. We're going all day now. I hope you guys love it. It's certainly a wild day of trading action. And a couple of things that before we get out of here, That's SOPA, if only because, again, it was absolute, complete, like mind-boggling nonsense. It has managed to make a bit of a failure through that 50 break. Whenever these things stop halting, I think that can be a lot of times a top. This one is one to watch tomorrow because I'll see what it is cost to pay for shorts. I wouldn't be shocked if it's twice as much tomorrow as it is today, but I do feel like this one could absolutely flush, especially with some bigger IPOs coming and some people wanting to put money into the market in other places. I think it could start coming out of this SOPA, whatever it is they do. I don't even care.
All right, thank you guys. Today we are traded 9 symbols. We're 7 and 2. Unfortunately, Palantir is a negative name for us, as is Fisker, like 2 stocks that I own and love. Fisker, and it's funny because Fisker would be positive, but we got out of it. So Palantir has been a nightmare. Nice play, Daryl, man. That's what it's all about. Congratulations, Daryl. You waited for 205.30. Good job, man. I was at 205. I mean, where is it right now? I have it up still. There it is. So I was at 205.40, and I just didn't. I got impatient there. And here comes 205.40. It doesn't matter. I just picked that out of the blue there. So good out for you there, Daryl. And thank you for everybody's continued support, man. We're super, super, thrilled being able to offer this show now from 2 to, there it is. There's 205.40. So we'll go bang on that one. We'll punch that out as PayPal today, man. Going 7 and 2, successful day. I couldn't be happier. The last couple of days have been nice for us, and tomorrow's going to even be better. I'm holding the bag on BarkBox, so I'm looking forward to see if that one can spike up like 500%, and we'll make some money on it. Wish down to 550 again today. Lucid, what is Lucid doing? We haven't looked at Lucid.
Did it bounce?
I don't know.
Even look at
it's
Lucid.
always near 40. Yeah, 45 today. So Lucid, yeah, wow. Still holding
That's
up, man.
not bad.
Yeah, down only 2.5% is a nice day for Lucid. So
I still think this one, like if if Rivian goes crazy to the upside, I still feel like Lucid could have some money come out of it tomorrow. So I'd be looking, and again, I'll be trading Rivian. So it's not as if I'm going to sit there and worry about shorting Lucid in that situation. I just kind of feel like if you end up in a long position and then we're breaking out and halting to the upside, which could happen on a Rivian, then maybe Lucid's going to have some sell action come into it at that same time.
Man, we're talking about Rivian so much. Like, I really hope it opens up. Well, it's going to open up.
We're all day, so it's fine.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, good catch there. Yeah, so I'm really hoping. I'm hoping it opens up when we're trading, and just be selfish because I really feel like we can make a lot of money on.
Prad's going to trade it too.
Oh no, Prad's going to trade it too. I hope it opens up for him, but I mean, I really hope that it opens up.
Miss V should trade it in simulation.
Well, you can't get the opening print in simulation.
Oh, you can't?
Can you? I don't think so. Because it doesn't go to the market, right?
No, I think you're right. You're right.
So anyways, okay. With only, I don't know who won the poll. I have no idea.
It's Valeria. The poll, it stands at, it's 60 to 40.
So everything is right in the world.
We knew,
God.
I mean, whatever. You knew Valeria was going to win
If somehow Rob won, then honestly, man, we may cancel the show. Only up 8 seconds left, Valeria.
Still a great sweater.
So here we go. Yeah, she's got the green on today. It kind of worked, kind of didn't. We'll talk about that
Not really.
2 and 1. There we go. Thank you, Ms. V. Wow. Valeria looked really serious there. That was very like a stare down.
She could have painted her face green today, and there's probably no saving the day.
I don't know. That might have worked. We may suggest that at some point. But Brendan, did we save the day?
Negative. It looks like Coinbase guys might be out already, but
what?
Just a heads up on Coin was one on the list there. Yeah, let's have a look. Real quick here, negativity across the board for U.S. markets, 0.3, 0.3, 0.7. Remember, these were both all-time highs again for like the past couple of weeks. So worth a pullback, I would say, at this point for markets overall. Pretty constructive day, I guess we'll call it. 3% there for crude oil on some inventory forecasting to come for crude. But Bitcoin, 1.8%, all-time highs earlier, obviously. And then Mr. Cook talked it off the ledge a little bit.
A little bit.
I mean, whatever, man. I mean, Apple will start accepting crypto at some point. It's going to be a part of the metaverse. That did do a shot every time we say metaverse there. It doesn't look like Coinbase. I think someone did flush it there, Brendan, but not out yet. I mean, there really doesn't seem to be too much action there. Someone just flushed this down to 353, maybe on a bad report. Maybe they got some information there. Unfortunately, I don't see anything reporting right now. If it does come in the next couple of seconds, we'll try to throw it out to you. But a big, big thank you. I mean, we had a lot of fun today. And again, the Memes and Movers show has been a good one. And, thanks to Prad and Ms. V, because going on for 3 hours from 11 to 2, a lot of respect for that one. So I do want to give a big shout out to Ms. V and Prad. Thank you, Prad, and thank you, Ms. V, as per usual there. An absolutely fantastic job. I'm still looking to see if anything's out. I told you about swinging.
Nothing's
PayPal, that's a good play there, I think, as well. Thank you to Lucas and to Rob over there as well. Thank you, Rob. You can do the bell tomorrow. Maybe there he is. Yeah, they got the cool shades on there. No vote tomorrow. I think Rob's done enough. He can get the bell. Coinbase may be out now.
Is it out?
I don't know.
It just dropped to 350.
Flushed to 350. We sold some Coinbase yesterday, 360. So keep that in mind. We will buy it
it's
back.
Gotta be out.
We'll buy it back down to 346 right now, in coming to the downside now. But hey,
It was a shareholder letter that came out right at 4. So a bit of a move on
it's
that.
tanking.
Looks like I actually don't see anything yet, but we'll keep an eye on it.
It may not be out yet,
Plug
but we're down
power,
to 345 right now. It could come right back. I mean, this is the volatility of the market. But guys, stay tuned for your trade of the day. It'll be on AMD. You should get pushed over there. Coinbase right back to 360 now. So back and forth here as we get ready to rock and roll. So guys, a big day today. Congratulations to anybody that was able to make money on Roblox. That stock did not stop all day. And congratulations to the shorts there on Tesla as well, and Hertz as well. Yeah, so this is a big day overall. So thank you for watching, guys. Going to be a big Tuesday with earnings coming through right now. So, well, it's Tuesday now, but it's a big Tuesday. It'll be a big Wednesday morning. So see us tomorrow, Rivian, everything. It was a fun one. Thanks, Brendan. Thanks, Neil. And we'll see everybody tomorrow.
Bye, guys.